everyone.
Hello.
Hello, welcome
Greetings.
to Z Talks episode 59 on a Saturday night as well. So thank you for choosing to spend your Saturday with me and my beautiful guests who are here right now, and one who is in the ether somewhere. I'm sure he'll be soon.
Where are you, D? We're scared. Hurry up.
I don't know where he is, but yeah, so welcome to Saturday Night Z Talks. Thank you for tuning in live or after the fact. Really do appreciate it. Firstly, before we start anything off, every one of my guests' links are down below in the description box, so go subscribe to them, go check out their channels and their awesome content, and we'll definitely get into that and some conversations. Sam's link to his Instagram is down below because he doesn't have YouTube, so yeah, you can find that all down below. So yeah, how are you guys doing?
Doing very well. Thank you,
Not too
Richard.
bad, mate. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm
And yeah,
interested in how Scott's doing after last night.
Yeah,
I
no.
watched a little bit of M&M about half hour ago. Fabulous, fabulous.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. Glad you enjoyed it.
Hey, man, those drunken renditions were great. Scotty's going to be in not 8 Mile, it's going to be in 9 Mile, the sequel to Eminem's movie. I think at this rate, I don't know.
I'd pay to watch that all day long.
Same.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and then Belinda Carlisle hasn't got a look in either at this rate.
Oh, yeah.
Is there another one?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, right. We'll be watching that later on then. I only saw the M&M one on Facebook earlier, but how you remember all those lyrics, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I don't know how I managed to do it myself, to be fair, considering I'm John Conrad's last night.
Well, thank you guys for joining. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Scott's cousin got married yesterday, so congrats, Scott, to your cousin as well, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It was an awesome day. Really enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Well,
I love a good
that's
wedding.
awesome. Yeah, absolutely. And again, Scott, thank you for joining us today as well. So yeah, thanks to Scott, Sam, Lisa, and Sin, who is here. If you guys are watching live, comment section, live chats down below. Leave a comment for me on my guests. Say hello, whatever you'd like to say. For example, we've got to be completely honest, saying Scott's covers were beautiful. Were indeed.
Yeah, definitely.
So first question. I don't know if the screen keeps blacking out or not. As soon as I press a comment, it's glitching. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, first thing I want to ask is firstly to Sin. I'm going to ask each one of you guys. So Sin, what is the last movie you watched?
When Evil Lurks, which puts the Exorcist believer to shame, I must say.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a foreign language, Spanish language from Argentina.
Oh, cool.
Movie that I saw last night. I went to go see it at 12 o'clock noon, and I'm sitting there, and they're playing a bunch of kids trailers, and I was like, okay, this doesn't seem right. And then when the movie starts, Dora the Explorer shows up. I'm like, this is definitely not right. And I go to talk to the people, and they said it had been canceled, but I never got the email, so I had to go back later in the evening to watch
So
it.
you didn't watch Dora the Explorer?
No, doggone it, no. I did not. I think it was actually supposed to be Paw Patrol, but for some reason there was like a Dora the Explorer intro or so, I guess. I don't
happened
know,
to me.
Did
I
that
nearly
happen?
went to see Paw Patrol instead of Saw. It was a bit different.
So yeah, I was very happy that this movie was good because I had seen Exorcist the night before and I was less than thrilled with it. And this one is also about demonic possession, but it's just it's really well done. I had little issues with it at the very end, but overall it was very successful at just really ramping up the tension and making you very just nervous and feeling of dread. And it was good. My review for it's going to go up at some point later today.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because I know when Evil Lurks, I think it was shown at was it Fantastic Fest or Fright Fest recently?
I think so. So something like that. Yeah. I can't remember. I'd seen it talked about on Twitter. You know how you see this stuff going around on Twitter, and then I saw Paulie from Latino Slant had gone to see it, and I think we might have a live stream discussion about it at some point. We'll see. Spoilery live stream discussion because I got a lot of things I need to ask.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that, Sin. Yeah, I got sent a screener for it from Shudder. I just didn't get a chance to check it out, though. I've been really busy.
Oh, for this movie?
For When Evil Lurks, yeah, it got
Oh,
sent
yeah,
in like last week, I think.
Okay, yes, it's coming to Shudder later in October. It's got a limited release right now on the big screen. I'm very curious to hear what you think about it when you get around to seeing it.
Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Yeah, well, that's cool to hear. I can't wait to hear your review for that as well. Looking forward to it. Scott, what is the last movie that you checked out?
Last film I watched was Psycho 3 for first time I seen that one. Really enjoyed it actually. I thought it was a really solid sequel and quite underrated as well, to be fair. It's got some really good kills in it, and I really like the atmosphere to that one as well. Just really, really enjoyed it. Thought it was great.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I know you recently got like the Arrow Psycho box set, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did indeed. Yeah,
That's
brilliant set as well.
Sorry, Scott. I was just going to say, Mike, that's the one I got as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Got it on release day. It's awesome.
Yeah, I know a couple of people in the kind of YouTube community got hold of that box set, so cool to see.
So is 2 and 3 worth watching? Sorry, is Psycho 2 and 3 worth watching? Then I haven't seen them.
Yeah, cool. Psycho, I prefer the second one over the first one, to be fair. I think it's fantastic.
Same here,
yeah. Psycho 2 is a pretty solid sequel. I don't remember much about 3, but 2 was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, 3 is really good. And actually, Mike, like Nige, I'm also a defender of the 4th one. I thought the 4th one was really good as well.
Jesus.
Is the third
my
one,
list is growing longer and longer.
Who's in the third one? Who's the main?
What was that? Sorry, Sin.
Who's in the third one? Like the one of the guys? Is it is it the guy with these really pretty blue eyes? Oh my gosh, what's his name?
Is it the guy with the guitar? Is it?
I don't remember. He played in Lawnmower Man.
Oh, I don't know.
Remember his name. Sorry, I get it mixed up. Which movie he's in? If he's in the third or fourth one, or the second one? Doggone! Now they're running together. Anyway, 2 is good, Lisa. I need to rewatch 3 and 4.
I have added them to the list.
Yeah, I definitely want to check them out as well, Sin. I'm with you on that boat as well. But yeah, awesome to hear, Scott, that you enjoyed the movie, man, and definitely want to check it out at some point.
Cheers, Mike. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And Lisa, how about you? What was the last movie you watched?
I don't know if they count as movies, but there's a series of like short films on Netflix they're based on Roald Dahl stories. And they've all got Benedict Cumberbatch and Ben Kingsley and is it Dev Patel? And I can't remember exactly. There's only like 5 members of cast, and there's like about 5 on Netflix at the moment, about half hour each, and they're based on short stories by Roald Dahl. They're quite quirky. They're quite unusual, but they're good. I enjoyed them.
Oh, right, okay. I've never.
Sorry, Mike. I was just going to add. It's from Wes Anderson. I need to catch up on them.
Yeah. What? The Swan, The Ratcatcher, Poison, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which was my favourite. But they're like, the people that are acting them actually narrate them as well, which is a bit odd. So they'll say their line and then they'll, like, as if they're reading text, he said, as he walked to the, it's weird, but it's quirky, but it works. It's a bit unusual. But I enjoyed them.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that one advertised with the Benedict Cumberbatch last title you mentioned on Netflix. But
yeah, the Henry Sugar one. It was my favourite, that one. But they were okay. They were a bit different. I like something a bit different, and they were very, like Sam says, very Wes Anderson. I forgot that he directed them, didn't he?
He did, and I think this is kind of putting him back on track, because I don't know about you, Lisa. I really wasn't a fan of Asteroid City. However, I do want to give that film another shot. But apparently this is putting back on track in terms of quality. So definitely we'll get onto them at some point.
See, Asteroid City is on my watch list. I haven't seen it yet. So we'll see. I'll give it a watch because I do like Wes Anderson. But my expectations are lowered because I've heard a few people say that.
Do you know what? It's really shocked to the core that a lot of people absolutely loved that movie. I think I was on an island with that film because I was probably one of the few people that actually didn't like it particularly. And I really wanted to like it because I'm a big Wes Anderson fan. But no, I didn't really connect with that one, unfortunately, as well as I would have liked to. But I definitely want to give it another go. Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Yeah, I haven't seen Asteroid City either, so can't comment. But yeah, an awesome watch there, Lisa. Definitely intrigued by those short story Rodal ones. Anyway, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And Sam, how about you? What was the last movie you checked out?
Well, I'll just quickly say this for you, Mike, because I know I think you were intrigued to watch this TV series, and I can just quickly report back. It was absolutely brilliant. I watched the mini series of Boiling Point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
That was absolutely fantastic. I loved it, Mike. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10, like the film, to be honest. I absolutely loved it. And I think I said this before, Stephen Graham's become one of my favourite actors now. I'm looking forward to the new TV series Bodies. I think that detective drama coming on Netflix. So that should be really cool. And I need to catch up on Time as well, you know, like, because there was the first season with him and Sean Bean. So
I don't think I've seen that. That's actually good.
Yeah, I remember Jordan Movie Worm. He really enjoyed that first season of Time. So yeah, have you got onto Boiling Point yet, Mike? Sorry, the TV series.
No, I love the movie, but definitely want to check out the series.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. I just thought I'd quickly give you feedback on that. And but the film I watched today, part of like the horror marathon, I watched The Changeling. It's from 1980. It's
George C. Scott.
Yeah, it's all right. I do like it. I think I prefer to like the idea and the premise of it than the actual execution itself. But it's decent. I would have liked to seen a bit more of Melvin Douglas because he's absolutely fantastic actor. So the score's really good. It was very atmospheric and chilling. It's got the location of like a haunted house, like a mansion and that, and it's pretty decent. But I think a bit like the Amityville Horror, which this is a bit of a hot take. I just preferred the idea and the sort of like I don't know, the premise. I liked the idea of it more than the execution itself. But that's another film I need to give another go as well.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Well, cool to hear your thoughts on The Changeling as well. Not seen it, so cool to hear from your experience of that one.
Yeah, it's decent. I mean, it's this is kind of like my favorite time of year. Well, to what especially to watch horror movies as well. Even if it's a lot of revisits or first time watches, it's all great stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's favorite time of year, like spooky season and stuff. So. Yeah, definitely. Just before we carry on, we have got our final guest, and that is the Movieman.
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here.
Oh wow, what's up with your mic, D?
Oh gosh, is the mic jacked?
I think it's like it sounds like it's using your computer mic or something.
Oh boy. Well, give me a second.
Poor D.
It sounded like a car was passing by every time he was talking.
I like the background though. That's cool.
I'm gonna say I love your backgrounds, by the way, mate. Love it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, does that sound
so cool? Yeah.
Sounds like.
Wish I dared to do such things. God knows what you'd get if I attempted something like that.
Nah.
Picture Henry Cavill's bum or something. Oh dear.
Man. D, try talk again, see if it's any different.
How's the sound now?
It's still the same.
It's the same, yeah.
It's okay though. It's okay.
I mean, we can hear you. It's just it sounds like you're sitting in the middle of traffic.
Wow. And it's still the same currently?
Yeah. We can still hear you. It's just like that background noise sounds really. Maybe it's like your AC. I don't know.
I think it has to do with this computer I'm on because I'm technically I'm at another building. I'm not at my house.
Okay.
So
Okay, so you got different tech completely. Okay, but we can hear you. I mean, I can hear you. Okay, I think everybody else probably can.
Okay, well, if it improves at all, let me know. I'm trying to play around with stuff. So yeah,
sounds a little better.
It sounds good at the moment. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Dee, welcome to the stream. Great to have you once again. It's been a little while, man. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like I've really been leaning more, obviously, but I feel like I've been leaning more into work, and I've been feeling somewhat fulfilled by like a lot of the things they're having me do in regards to being in charge of our movie collection and like what comes, what goes, and then kind of getting rid of the duplicates and just kind of managing that for. I think we're just starting with like our campus, the 2 other ones, but I think that I might eventually extend to all 6. So if that were the case, I would really enjoy that. But yeah, they're purposely giving that to me because basically they're saying like, we trust your expertise as far as like what is the best edition, what is the best, quality, what has the best features, what's, an old DVD that we can get rid of, replace it with a better one, like all those kind of, it requires, some specifics. And since I have a lot of interest in those things and it is physical media, I've really been enjoying that.
Oh, that sounds so cool. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, Dee. Yeah, and especially it's in the field that you specialize in as well. So it's really cool to hear. I know we've talked about it a little bit kind of off camera and stuff as well. Yeah. So yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you for joining. The link to Dee Movieman's channel down below in the description box. So definitely check him out. Dee, what was the last movie that you watched?
I'm still getting back to the theater because my like I said, my usual time frame as far as YouTube, the theater, and all that's been on hiatus. So the last thing I saw, I believe it was Dumb Money, and then the 25th anniversary showing of Old Boy. I feel like those are the last 2 things.
Oh, nice. Okay, so what was your thoughts on Dumb Money?
It was one of those films where I could tell like it technically would work better as a documentary. But I appreciated the talent and I appreciated hearing the story because I remember the whole GameStop thing, but I didn't know any of the specifics. So I think there was some value to seeing the story like play out and being depicted in a film. But I could also see where because of the structure of it, it kind of is one of those things where you could easily like watch the documentary or some kind of new special on it and still get the same effect. And I think also depending on the person trying to kind of keep up with the dynamics of the stocks and all that kind of stuff, I can see some folks getting kind of lost by that. But yeah, like I walked away like feeling like, oh, okay, I thought it was solid for the most part. But I could also see where just with the story that it's telling, I can see why it may not click with some people and why it also doesn't allow for, I think the way that they set it up, because they have so many like star-studded people, I feel like they're all doing a solid job. I don't think everyone has that much to do. And I think that just comes down to just the way it's structured. So there were moments where it was a little disjointed to me, but I thought it was like a solid film for the most part. And it was more so just because I enjoyed learning about, what went into this and how they were able to do what they did with the stocks and all of that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a fair analysis, Dee, and I've got to say I probably agree with you as well. Where I think everyone does a good job, but I don't think everyone gets given enough time to really care about each character, so to say. Sin, have you seen Dumb Money?
I did. Yes, I did. I think I did an out of the theater reaction to it. I enjoyed it more than I expected. It was one of those Regal Movie Mystery Monday things. I think that was like back in September. We're almost out of September. We're already out of September. September was, I think it was. I'm getting my Movie Mystery Mondays mixed up. But anyway, it was a Movie Mystery Monday, and I liked it because I remember, like Dee said, I remember when that stuff was happening, but I also specifically remember when Robin Hood was doing some shady stuff, and because I would try to do a trade and I couldn't because they had like locked down some stuff at some point. And so seeing all that behind the scenes nonsense that was going on was pretty interesting. because you knew something was happening. You just didn't necessarily know all of the details, and that helped to fill it in. I think D is pretty accurate, and he says it would have been really good as a documentary, because maybe we could have seen more of each individual person, but we were seeing like regular Joe Blows, their little stories, which there wasn't really enough time to tell their stories, like a nurse, a down on her luck nurse, and then these two college kids, and then some guy that worked at GameStop. You know, they were just like thrown in there to give, I guess, the average guy's sort of perspective as what was going on with them. And that was interesting, but I felt like what was more interesting was the stuff going on with Robin Hood and those guys, and the other hedge fund people or whatever, and then the guy, the YouTuber. Those stories were more interesting to me, but I enjoyed it as a whole.
Yeah, definitely agree with you, Sin. Yeah, don't have like enjoyment, and it could have been better as a documentary, as you both said. Yeah, definitely agree. Lisa, did you check out Dumb Money?
I haven't. I don't even think Horse Cinema has it yet, or possibly it just got it this weekend, but I haven't managed to see it yet. No. It's like completely over my head because I have no idea even what it's about, and I was missing half of what you were all saying, which is why I came back and come back on. I missed half of what Dee said, and then I've heard the last half of what Sin was saying, but no, I haven't. It doesn't. It's about finances and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it didn't seem like it'd be interesting, right?
Sleep.
Yeah, when I saw that was the movie, when they showed that was the movie, I'm like, ugh. Because I was like, Paul Dano, he does zero for me as an actor. But he was okay. And then Pete Davidson, I was like, ugh. But no, he was actually fine. I liked Pete Davidson in there. Right. But it was interesting. The way they told the story was interesting, though. Even for people who don't have much interest in that subject matter, they would probably find something informative about it.
Right.
So...
Yeah.
I'll always watch something if I get a recommendation. It was like that. I've got no interest in like shoes or basketball, but it was fantastic. Enough people watched it that a lot of people watched it that made me watch it. So if it gets good reviews, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I loved it, Lisa. I agree with you. I thought it was great. Probably one of my top 10 in the year, I think. Yeah. Really surprised by it. Scott, have you seen Dumb Money or Air?
Yeah, it was excellent.
I haven't seen Dumb Money. I did see recently and really enjoyed it. Actually, I thought it was a lot of fun. Really good film.
Oh, awesome, mate! Yeah, glad to hear you enjoyed that one. I think you did like a little real review on it, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think I've done a little written review on Facebook of it. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. No, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Sam, how about you? Have you seen Air or Dumb Money?
Well, I haven't seen Air, but I know, what was it, Ben Affleck, when he was obviously writing and directing that movie, he could feel it coming in the air tonight. That was shocking, wasn't it, Mike?
With these.
Sorry, guys.
He's always full of the puns.
I know, and you could say it was pretty punny.
Is that?
I haven't. No, I didn't get round to it, Mike. I heard it was really good. To be fair, was Air, but I think if it ever comes to like a streaming service, I might check it out. And same could be said with Dumb Money. I think it did get like mixed reviews, but I maybe might give it a go at some point. Who knows? In terms of like, that sort of maybe, I don't know, in the subject similar vein to films about finances and sort of that topic. There was a film. I wasn't really that. It went a bit over my head a little bit. Was it The Big Short or something? And it was a really good cast, but a lot of it went a bit over my head. That one did, but also the film I did quite like though was The Banker from about 3 years ago. I think it was like Nicholas Hoult, Anthony Mackie, and Samuel Jackson, and that was pretty good. It was probably a one-time watch, but I did remember quite enjoying that. To be fair.
Oh, awesome! I've seen The Big Short. Never heard of The Banker though. That's a new one.
Anyway.
I think it came out during COVID. I think it was straight to like Apple TV or something. But I thought it was all right, mate. It was a one-time watch for me, and probably the same with The Big Short. It was, like I say, it was just for me. It was just like sort of a bit average in my opinion. But the acting was very good in that film, definitely.
No, awesome. Yeah, well, D was nodding along there. So, D, have you seen The Banker?
No, I haven't seen it because at the time I didn't understand the whole Apple TV setup and how anyone could access that. I was interested in watching it, but I didn't understand the whole Apple TV back then. I thought you had to purchase an Apple TV, be able to access the. I was clueless, but no, I was intrigued by it because like as was said, who was it? Anthony Mackie, and then I think it's Neil
Samuel Jackson, yeah, Nicholas Hoult.
And it was basically following two of the first African American bankers in the United States, and kind of what they have to go through to establish themselves, because obviously the times don't allow them to do that with any degree of ease. So yeah, and I love hearing stories about that. So yeah, that's one on my list. But I do remember that it came out in 2020.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I have to check it out as well there, D and Sam. So thanks for the suggestion.
Yeah.
And yeah, some great first time watch from all you guys. For myself, very quickly, a couple of hours ago, got back home from seeing Exorcist Believer as well. Review will be going up live tonight. Spoiler discussion with my partner Emma. She joined me for that review. I will say it's in. I'm probably on the opposite of you. I actually quite enjoyed the movie. But I'll leave my thoughts for the review. I don't want
wait to watch.
Right.
Did you see my review yet?
No, I didn't watch anyone's things
okay,
before
I get
checking it out.
I get it. I enjoyed it up until Ellen Bernstein showed up, and then after that, for me, it kind of fell apart. But I thought it was a pretty solid movie up until then. I was with it, and just didn't hold up, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can get where you're coming from. I can't say anything for spoilers for you guys who haven't seen it. I'm not ruining it for you either, so I'm keeping.
I was gonna say, Mike. I think a lot of people wasn't like a believer in that film. It's
Wow,
down.
you are really on a roll, I must say.
Yeah.
He's probably got plenty in his arsenal to still go as well. We'll probably get into the comments as well. So
I'm only just warming up.
Well, first up is Menageul tonight. So hey, Menageul, hope you're doing
Hello,
well.
mate.
Hey.
Menageul says, Mike, Scott, Sin, Lisa, forgot one, D. And Sammy G in the house.
That was probably before D showed up.
Hope your lovely bunch are doing as fine as wine. Yeah, doing good.
Bad.
Doing good, mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. We've also got Horsetooth Cinema saying, "What a crew!" Well, thank you for tuning in.
Cheers, mate.
Well, saying about the screen's fine with the comments display. That's cool. We've got Screaming Plastination. Hello, how you doing? Says greetings. Says what's
That's my husband in the other room.
Oh, that's your husband.
Oh, is it?
Nice to
It
meet
is.
you.
Well, hello. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, we're talking about this today. That's why he's done that. He's trying to embarrass me. That's why he's done that.
Well, we're going to head over to Lisa in a second. He says, what scene of a film made you the most uncomfortable while watching with your parent, or guardian? All right, hey.
Right.
Great question. Lisa, do you want to take the floor first?
Oh, God. It is the Fly remake with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
Because there's a really, really extended sex scene right in the middle.
Yeah.
And my age would have been in single digits. And it wasn't even, it's bad enough that I was sat there with my parents and my grandparents. My mum got so uncomfortable, she made my dad get up and fast forward it. That's how old I am. Before the days of like a remote control that you could actually sit on the seat with, he had to get up and put his finger on the fast forward button, and we could all see what was happening.
Just in fast
And I was
motion.
mortified. Absolutely
Probably like a
mortified.
bunch of rabbits.
So that's mine.
That's funny.
That was terrible.
I remember, Lisa, you'd have to use to get up, press the fast forward button, but you still see it all play out.
And you could watch it all on the screen. It's like, when are they going to stop? Enough! Jesus, I learned as a child to like predict when something like that was going to happen, and I would leave the room to get like under the guise of getting a biscuit or something, or a cup of
like
tea, so that I
Right.
wouldn't have to. Oh no! Oh dear, not good.
That's funny.
Hey, that's a great story, Lisa.
That was actually pretty funny, wasn't it, Mike?
Well,
Oh,
next
dear
up,
me.
Sin, how about yourself?
I can't think of a specific scene, but very similar to what Lisa was talking about. Anything sexual related is extremely uncomfortable to watch for me with anybody else around, because it's just like, oh, this feels like such a private, personal thing. Do we really have to see this? And my answer is no, we don't. Stop putting them in movies. So yeah, just, and like she said, if I'm seeing a film with my mom or whatever, my son, it probably makes him more embarrassed than it makes me. Like, he's in the position that I'm in when I'm watching something like that with my parents. I will, if I know something's coming up, I'll conveniently need to go to the bathroom or go get a drink of water.
Exactly.
Take yourself out the room.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Sin. Don't blame you. D, how about yourself?
So I ended up seeing, because I didn't know anything about the film outside of just the premise, it looking somewhat kind of psychological horror-ish, which it is. There's a whole lot more going on I wasn't aware of. So I ended up, unfortunately, like, I had seen Black Swan the one time, and I was fine with that. Yeah, but then people do this thing, which gets on my nerves, where I'll present films that we can watch, and if I suggest something that you probably shouldn't see because I know that it's not going to click with you, it's like people say, like, well, no, like, but you're the the movie person, so if that's what you want to see, or if that's what you've seen, or you think it's good. And I was like, okay, but you also said we should see Green Lantern. I knew Green Lantern was going to be a disaster. I'm like, but at least that's something, a disaster we can all experience, and it's above board. They were like, no, let's just go ahead. And I was just like, okay, like, it's almost like they just wanted to challenge the fact, like, no, we're capable of watching the type of films you watch. We don't just have to watch a super. So I got forced into watching Black Swan with my aunt, my uncle, and 3 of my cousins. And so there are some and it's funny because it's not like you've ever seen anyone unclothed, but it's a very intensely sexual movie in a lot of ways, as far as the people are interacting and things that they're doing. And so I wanted to just fall into the floor. I just wanted to drop dead for a little while and then just come back up again. And I was stuck. I should have found some excuses.
Yeah, you should have gone to get some water. Or,
Get a cup of tea.
That was not ideal. I feel like nothing has ever been quite as bad as that, because I feel like I have more awareness about the type of film that it is, the type of content, or knowing, what to assess, or knowing when to kind of guess, or if I've seen it before, then obviously I know that way. But yeah, at that point I was not prepared, so it was painful and frustrating.
And to this day, won't watch Black Swan again, AD?
Likely not. It took a long time to get past the trauma.
Gosh.
I've not seen that, but when I do check it out, I'll be thinking of that moment.
You'll think of D the whole time.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm just going to grab some earphones because my sound's terrible. Be back in a minute.
No problem. Scott, how about yourself?
I'm gonna have to go with Irreversible, and I watched that with my dad. So yeah.
Oh no.
Yes, no, not good. Not good. I don't know why I done that. To be fair, I shouldn't have done, but I did. So
I've heard a lot about that movie, and I was trying to actually going to watch it the other night, but I couldn't actually find it on any streaming services, so I went up watching Scum instead.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's a brutal film as well.
Oh, what did you think to it, Mike?
I thought I'm not going to go into too much. I thought it was good. I wanted a bit more from what we got from it, but I thought overall that was a good movie.
Yeah, I still need to check that one out, to be fair.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, cool.
So,
Great film.
Yeah.
Well, certainly an interesting experience, Scott, watching Irreversible with your dad.
It was definitely interesting.
Did you I was going to say, Scott, did you watch Pink Flamingos with your family as well?
No.
I was going to say, I couldn't remember if you watched that with your family as well.
No, I'm glad I didn't either.
Oh, good. I was going to say, Scott, you're braver than me because I don't know if I could stomach that movie.
It's a strange one. It's got some really strange scenes in it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess even though it's one of the most strangest films I've ever seen.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. The Pink Flamingos?
Yeah. It's weird.
It's awful, is what it is.
Yeah, the content in it is really, really fucked up.
Okay. I'm still kind of intrigued because I've heard you guys talk about it a lot on your streams, Scott, or Pete's streams as well. So
Yeah. We did talk. That's what. Sorry,
Scott. No, sorry, Scott. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I was just going to say that was what inspired me to check it out. To be fair, with Andy and Pete, obviously they got asked about it a lot on the live streams, and the more they spoke about it, I was like, I have to see this film. I just got to watch it. I have to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
And when I did, it got me the first Home Alone photo. So there we go.
Yeah, the infamous Home Alone photo, mate. I love it.
Indeed.
And Sam, how about you? What was the last movie you checked out?
I was just going to quickly say, sorry, mate. I was just going to quickly say to Scott as well, Mike. I think John really likes that movie as well, Pink Flamingos. I can remember him talking about that in one of his previous videos.
Yeah, I think he does like it, to be fair. I think Leon was a massive fan of it as well.
Yeah, because John really likes the director, John Waters, as well, and his films are very much an acquired taste.
Yeah, that's for sure. I can understand that, definitely.
Yeah.
But Sam, what about you, though? What scene of a movie made you feel uncomfortable while watching with your parents?
Oh, God. I think there was a couple of, pretty raunchy scenes in This Is 40. Such a bad movie.
What movie's that?
This Is 40 with Paul Rudd and
God, yeah.
Judd.
Yeah.
We just and I don't know why we all decided to watch that one together, but yeah, there was some pretty damn raunchy scenes in that film, and then I'm trying to think. There was one particular scene in Edward Scissorhands where obviously them two were getting quite close together, and obviously that was a bit. It's a really good film. I love that film, but there's one scene that it made us cringe a little bit. You know, is it the woman in the hairdressers, Mike? That scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That scene. Yeah. Yeah, but no, yeah. I mean, Edward Scissorhands' Night and Day is a far superior film to This Is 40.
Definitely two different ones there.
Yeah, but no, that's what springs to mind. And the other one I could probably go with, Mike, would probably be, because I was fairly young when I saw it, was The Dark Knight when I was 10 years old, and I was surprised that film was a 12A at the time, because there was some really quite violent scenes for like definitely a 12A certificate.
Yeah, you get that sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, mate. That is one of my favourite films ever, and obviously one of my best cinema experiences ever. But yeah, definitely a couple of quite riveting scenes in that, and especially I was 10 when I went to see it. So, but yeah, There's probably some of my choices anyway.
Yeah, some interesting picks, mate, and yeah, you guys have all got some cool stories there. Maybe some scarring for life stories as well. As for myself, the only one experience I can remember is have you guys ever seen the movie Hall Pass?
I think so.
I've seen that, yeah.
No.
Yeah. So imagine that sauna scene, but to my 77-year-old nana who
Oh,
Oh no. No.
I'll leave it at that.
Isn't it weird that
Wow.
it's the same things that make all of us cringe in front of our parents? Exactly the same kind of things. It's like, no,
Yeah.
yeah.
don't want to say that.
Yeah.
Not in front of me, Mum. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
No, definitely
Some
not.
Some parents, I think, feel like my mom feels the same way. She does not like to watch intimate scenes with the kids around. Not that she sits there and watches them all the time by herself. But
Yeah.
like if there's a scene like that shows up in a movie and we're with her, it makes her feel the same way. So
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know
I
if
think
it's
it's-
only a kid's
There's very
thing.
few people that are comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a
can see
most
why.
people's thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, some form of nudity or something. Yeah.
Yeah, sex. or
Mike, sorry to interrupt. Did you ever get round to watching Yes Man with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I've seen it quite a few times.
Oh, excellent. Just because there's one other scene I can think of when I was with... I think I was with both my mum and dad and we watched this, and the scene with the old lady and getting quite intimate with Jim Carrey. You remember that scene? After that dog
I
was
forgot about that scene.
That's reminding me of the scene with Adam Sandler in, is it Happy Gilmore? Where
I
he's
think
singing
so.
around the intercom at the woman, and oh Jesus, oh that's awful.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just no. And then the woman comes up to, oh no, I won't kiss you all over. That one. Oh Jesus, that's not good. That's just what Sam's story reminded me of.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Lisa? Yes Man, because that is such a
No.
funny film.
I think I have seen it, but so long ago I've forgotten most of it because I've got a terrible memory. For some reason, that one with Adam Sandler stuck. It's just burned itself into my brain. So if it's even remotely similar to that, I don't think I want to see it.
The film is actually, yeah. I mean, if you want to give it a go, Lisa, give it a go, of course. But I would definitely recommend
I think I've seen
Yes
it.
Man.
I'm sure I've seen it.
It's really good in it, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
thank
sure.
you.
Is that a movie? He has to say yes to everything, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
he's
I think
like-
I've seen that one.
Is it? I can't remember wasn't the premise. Was the premise that he had to, or that was just the type of person he was?
Yeah.
I forgot. It's been so long.
He has to say yes to everything, even if to the stuff that he doesn't want to.
He has to. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the guy's name who tells him in the chapel, because he does that presentation. Was it Terence Stamp? He's one of the
Yeah.
other actors in it. But yeah, the scene I love, Mike, is also when he's on that motorbike as well.
Mm.
That's such a funny scene.
Yeah, it's a good fun movie. Fun movie. Definitely recommend if you like a comedy. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Man. Well, cool to hear about your experiences. We've also got playing down under in the chat saying hello all.
Hello.
Hello,
You
mate.
We've
have
got
to go
Matt
to this
from
bit.
Vengeance Media here. So hey Matt, hope you're doing
Hello,
well.
Matt.
Says how's everyone? He says how's the head Scotty boy? Love the videos you posted.
Yeah, hello, mate. Glad you enjoyed them. Yeah, I was absolutely right. Oh, last night. So drunk.
Oh man, well, look, the videos are on Scott's channel right now, so you can check them out as well. But thanks for stopping in, Matt. We've got Danny Duke saying hi. How you all doing?
Danny.
Danny?
Hello, Danny.
And we've also got and the comment wants to show up. Hold on, I'm pressing the comment. They've crashed. Give me a
Kim
sec.
Jong-un.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to, and then we've got a question before that. However,
He did a really funny video the other day. I watched. I don't know if I commented, but it was where he was saying that the latest. What if the Saw franchise? What if Jigsaw was like the second coming of Jesus? It was such a funny video. It was like comparing the Bible to To the Soul movies, basically, it was such a clever video. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. At least that sounds pretty fun.
It was fun.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, we've got Tim, as mentioned, Lisa in the chat. He says, "Hi all, hope you're doing well, having a fun time."
Hiya.
You're doing well.
Hi, Tim.
And we've got Fembo Cinema with an interesting question. Says, when you feel in a rut as far as creating YouTube videos, what are some things that you have done to get re-inspired? All right, well, great question.
I just tend to take a break.
Yeah.
Some people put so much like work and effort into their video. I'm looking at Day, and his videos are so polished and professional. Mine aren't. I sit in front of a camera and waffle. So if I like just get fed up, I just take a bit of a break for a few weeks and come back. So, but I'm sure people that sit and spend like loads of time, editing and making them look fantastic. I'm sure it's a completely different answer, but I just take a break.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just nice and important to take that break and realise you need that break. Yeah, I get you. Well, Dee, an interesting question here for you, because I know you've recently kind of been on a break and you've just recently kind of come back. So what kind of helped you get over that?
Yes, I felt it was necessary because part of the issue was I kept trying to edit something and I just felt like where I edited it. I mean, I was editing it, like trimming it down, trying to condense. But the more that I was editing, the longer it was getting and the more frustrated I was getting somehow. So I was just like, okay. It was like 3 days straight where I kept coming. It was just like my brain is just not processing anything anymore. And then I also ended up coming home, I think maybe the next day or a couple of days after that. And I slept from, I think it was like 6 p.m. to like 6 a.m. the next morning. And so I kind of figured like, okay, I feel obviously like somewhere mentally, somewhere physically, I'm not doing it. So I have to push back from a few things. So with the time I ended up, and it wasn't planned, but it was kind of like, I was like, let me just take a second, and the second came like 2 months. But yeah, I just thought it was necessary in that time to like get back to when I say normal life, not to say that YouTube isn't some semblance of normal life, but I'm saying like as far as being out and really giving myself an opportunity to enjoy things that I really, I don't know, things that really kind of give me a sense of fulfillment or enjoyment. It's like this YouTube where you can just movies, I didn't go to the theater either. So like, I took some opportunities to go someplace with mom, hung out with some friends. I listened to a lot of audiobooks and a lot of reading, just taking drives, getting out and about, leaning in a little bit more into my job and just kind of, finding a sense of fulfillment there. And so I think as I worked on myself, going to the chiropractor, just trying to do a lot of things holistically, physically, in a lot of ways that make me feel better about myself. So now then going back into the space, I feel refreshed in a lot of different ways, and I can now reassess what I can actually do on this platform and not feel like I'm just kind of like racing. Because, I've had the conversation a lot of times about what this experience has been like with this too. And, it can be difficult when you feel like you are, championing other people, but then they also are like flying right past you as you are lending support. So, which is still something I appreciate. But yeah, so for me, it's just, making sure I have my mind right and making sure along with my mind, all other aspects of my life are reflecting positivity, peace, and just good vibes overall. So that's something I definitely.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Dee, so throughout a lot of that, like you were kind of in and out with what you were saying. But I will say what Dee was pretty much saying, like, because I know we've talked kind of privately. Yeah, like you kind of felt like burned out, and you just took the time to yourself and doing things that you enjoy, put yourself into your work, right? And it was a bit more than that, but I think it was cutting out a little bit as well. So apologies, Dee. I don't know what's going on with the audio there.
Is that for everyone else? That's not just me, is it?
No,
Right.
Yeah, it's whatever
Yeah.
equipment he's.
Oh, I thought it was me. I've just sent my
I
husband to
feel
kick
like
my son off
maybe
Fortnite.
I feel like because you thought it was your connection.
Thought it was
I-
me. I'm like, kick him off Fortnite.
I feel like it comes through when his voice is stronger. Like when your voice dips a little bit and kind of, as you talk, your voice that's when your voice kind of starts to fade out a little bit. And I can pick up what you're saying because I'm trying to read your lips too.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know Dee, like, as I said, you've come back from kind of like a break recently. You kind of come back on YouTube, so it is great to see you back as well. And I think you've finished your Queen Charlotte series now as well, right?
yeah. I'm putting the last one out today. And then, and I'm thankful just to kind of be closing that out. One, because I'm a completionist. And then two, I'm ready to do something else at this point, which, like I said, I would have been ready already. But, the hiatus threw that off. So now I'm just hoping to jump back in, go deeper into what I actually want to do.
You look like you're having fun with the live stream discussions.
That's been interesting. It's still awkward because I feel like I'm used to being on live streams. I'm not used to hosting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and were it not for the fact that we've been kind of balancing that between the other ladies that I did that panel with, I still don't know if I would have done the live, but I know I have to get into it at some point. So it's an easy way to kind of like ease into it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been great seeing you do live streams as well, Dee. Definitely something different, but it's been cool to see you kind of dabble into that as well. So excited to see what you do next with that. And Scott, how about yourself? Because I know recently you took a break and then kind of came back to YouTube.
Just taking a break helps me get re-inspired because sometimes doing so many live streams a week and all I was doing was YouTube and just doing video calls each day as well, and I was having really late mornings sometimes, and I was just absolutely knackered. So I thought I'd take a break from not just YouTube but all social media as well because I was in a really bad place. So I thought I'd take a break and then get myself back to normal, and then come back, and it's great again. I'm really really enjoying it. It's just so much fun. I'm absolutely loving it at the minute.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's really awesome to hear, mate. I know you came back refreshed. I know you came back feeling better. And when you were saying about being knackered, Dee was mentioning that as well, like sleeping for like 12 hours at a time and just exhausted, like body exhaustion, really.
Yeah, definitely 100%.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you back, mate, and Dee. And Sin, how about yourself? Have you ever had a break on YouTube?
I think the only time I've ever gone an extended period of time without uploading something is when stuff like I remember maybe I took a bit of a break when some of our fur babies passed away, and I was just not in the it's generally something like that happens that makes me really 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 sad, and I'm not motivated at all. But usually I'm always wanting to talk about movies. So it doesn't take much for me to feel inspired to put stuff up on YouTube. Yeah, the editing can be a slog. I'm much more harsh on myself with editing now. I try to take out a lot of the ums and ahs and the pregnant pauses, and just to kind of make it a little bit more flow a little bit better. So that's a pain in the butt, but I feel like the final product is better. But if I am ever feeling if I ever feel like I'm getting in that space, which I don't really, but I just get re-inspired and remotivated when I watch other people talk about movies on YouTube.
Right.
Like Lisa's with her weekly watches. I'm like, oh, I love movies and I love watching them and talking about them. Let me go watch a movie so I can talk about it, So I don't really feel like I have too many issues feeling inspired. Yeah. Also, this is a diversion from my work, my day job. And I love my day job. I feel like the luckiest person ever, but I prefer, like movies. That's my passion, to talk about them and stuff like that. So this is a fun break for me from my normal work, as much as I love my normal work. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely find, like, as you mentioned, saying, like, yeah, like a creative outlet, way to get your thoughts out about movie or TV show, or reactions as well, because you do reactions too.
I do. I started off mostly focusing on reactions, but my favorite thing is to do movie reviews, to talk about movies. So I've been doing more of those lately. But maybe I'll get back to doing some reactions and stuff. But for right now, it's just I've got so many films I'm watching and doing reviews on, so stick with that for now.
Yeah, well, it's working. And yeah, when you mentioned about like Lisa's weekly watches, yeah, every time Lisa does a weekly watch, I'm like, right, what else am I adding to my list this week?
Yeah, exactly.
What rubbish has she watched this week? Oh dear.
I just like the commentary. Also.
Yeah. No, I enjoy them.
Oh, thank you. At least someone's watching them. That makes me feel better. Sometimes you feel like when you do YouTube videos, you're talking to yourself, which I do anyway. So it's even if like one or two people watch it, that's enough, because you feel like you're having a conversation with them about what you've watched, because you probably are all exactly the same in the real world. Your friends don't watch as many movies as you do, and they probably think, wow, my dad says you should take out shares in that cinema. You're never out of the bloody place. But you guys get it. You watch movies all the time too, but people I'm friends with in my family think that I do nothing else apart from watch movies. So it's good to have a community that's exactly the same, you know, that loves it as much as you do. So yeah, even if one or two people watch it, that's enough for me.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I've had the same people, like the same people in my family, like my daughter. Yeah. I think my brother was like, why don't you just live at the cinema? Why don't you just camp out there? Because you're always there.
It's escapism though, isn't it? Exactly. It's just a way to like escape into all different environments, time frames. Just it's amazing. I just love it. I could not be without movies.
Same.
No, I couldn't.
Same.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah, whether it's the cinema or like more like you, Scott, because I know you don't go to the cinema a lot, but you're more like kind of physical media.
Yeah.
And Sam, I know you're a bit of both. I know you do physical media, but also go to like Tyneside Cinema, that's in Newcastle, which is like shows like a lot of older movies a lot of the time as well. Yeah. You're always there as well.
Yeah. I as I say, I think it's just now I do plan on getting like a YouTube channel one day, Mike, and I am gonna push that boat to hopefully get one like next year. But I'm gonna like go on a little bit of an emotional level here, Mike. Back in February, I was a bit shy to like, you know, join like a live chat in one of the live streams. And since February, I've really sort of boosted my confidence. Like, you know, like when it comes to like interacting with other people like on YouTube. So, and don't get me wrong, Mike, I was still watching a lot of YouTubers like before I started to like tap in and join like the live chat and the streams. But since like joining you know, like that live chat with either if it's on Scott's stream or Mike's, it's your stream, Mike, or Pete's stream. You know, I've really had a great like network there, and within 6 weeks, I you know, because I was obviously like was on obviously just joining like live chat in every stream where it was Pete's or Scott's. And then I joined my first ever like live streams appearance on Wednesday, the 12th of April, on Pete's stream, which was just amazing. And it kind of took off from there, really. I've joined multiple streams, and meeting the likes of John Mondo Chelovek and obviously Mike yourself, and obviously Ryan Let's Get Kicking Movies, Paul Magpie Movies, Nige and Rock God. It's just been a really incredible journey within those few months. You know, this community has just been an absolute blessing, and it's going to be. I think it's going to like continue that way for many more. I like to say years to come, anyway. So I've absolutely loved it. I will obviously knuckle down and will get my YouTube channel formed in due course. But I've absolutely loved it, May. As well as becoming an uncle, this has been like probably my close second highlight of the year. It's been absolutely fantastic, and thank you to all you guys for making me feel welcome in all that.
Oh, no worries,
mate,
Sam. It's great to have you in the
Brilliant, isn't
community.
Oh, thank you.
It brings like-minded people together, doesn't it? It's sort of like from all different places. I mean, I'm in Northern Ireland. I don't know anyone else that does this. And it just brings people from all corners of the place. And you start your channel, Sam, you've already got a ton of subscribers that you're friends with as it is. So you're off to a running start. It's fabulous. It's nice to hear that, though.
I know. And just a bit about me, Lisa. I don't know if you know, but I'm autistic myself. So I obviously do like have anxiety, and I was a little bit shy at first to join like a live chat on one of the live streams. But I'm really just blessed that I've boosted my confidence within those few months, and just going from live chat to multiple streams to meeting YouTubers. It's just been a phenomenal journey, and just all these wonderful people just bringing out so much joy and to like this wonderful community, and just it's so many great YouTubers out there, and one of my inspirations, Lisa, for eventually starting a YouTube channel would be John as well, because I've got all the time in the world for the likes of John and Scott P, yourself, Mike, Andy, and Mike Cinema Axeman, just all fantastic people.
They're all
and many more as well.
People.
Yeah.
John and his films. I love the fact that John says film because I say film as well. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You're braver than me, Sam. You're braver than me. I've only met one YouTuber, and it was James, JT at the movies. I went to see his band play in Belfast.
Excellent.
And I met lovely guy, but I'm so shy, it's ridiculous. I've never done a live stream in my own channel because I'm not brave enough to. So I completely get where you're coming from about shyness, and I'm ridiculously socially, what do you call it? Social anxiety is terrible with me, like meeting people or talking to people. So I know exactly where you're coming from. But people in the community just make it so much easier because, you have so much in common and everyone's so welcoming. So it's awesome to hear that, you feel like you do and you're more confident now than you were, and you're thinking about your channel. That's brilliant. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. And as well as music, because I absolutely love music, but movies is like my other like absolute passion in life as well. And and to got me to where I am today, it's just been it's just been a pure joy and blessing, and I can't be grateful and thankful enough to have such many great friends in this wonderful community. So yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff, and I'd love to meet more YouTubers out there as well, yourself, Scott, and you, Lisa, and then just many other people as well. James JT at the movies as well. I'd love to meet James at some point.
He's so nice.
Yeah, mate. Well, it's awesome to hear about your journey as well. And I think like we all agree, like all of us kind of interact with each other, and this is kind of like my social activity for the week. I'll be honest with you. So
yeah.
For sure.
I always look forward to it though. So
yeah.
I'm just the same.
Sorry, Mike. I will just quickly say one more thing, Lisa. You're gonna love this. Me and John are hoping to do our music discussion live stream next month as well. We've been talking about that for a few months, so. Because me and Johnny have got a lot of bands in common as well, so that's fantastic.
I think I will as well. I think we like quite similar kind of. I like The Cure. I can see you're wearing a Cure t-shirt.
Oh, thank you. I saw them in Glasgow last year in December, and they were absolutely incredible, Lisa. One of my favourite bands and one of my favourite ever gigs as well.
No bugger comes here. That's the problem. We've been stuck in the arse end of nowhere in the top of Ireland. Bands don't come because it's too expensive for them, which I don't blame them. But when I lived sorry, Mike, I'll be really quick. When I lived in England for like 10 years, I saw so many bands. It was like, get them all squeezed in quick before you move back home, then you'll see nothing. So I've never seen The Cure. So you're a lucky man.
Yeah, I tell you what, Lisa, I didn't even think I was going to get to see them. I was just very lucky, to be honest, because like I couldn't see them in 2016 because obviously, we moved from West Yorkshire to Northumberland, and uh, that we had 2 weddings to tend to as well, which was honestly amazing. That was absolutely beautiful seeing each of my brothers getting married as well that year. So yeah. But and it was great to finally get to see The Cure like 6 years later. Definitely,
Brilliant.
I hope you get to see them as well, Lisa. Definitely, I hope your time will come. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, we'll move on with Minajul's comment, saying about interesting one here anyway. It says, can't wait for next year's movies. Are you guys also excited?
I'm terrible with knowing what's come out. Really
I'm trying
bad.
to think what's coming out.
I'm of no use.
I'm looking forward to Craven.
Deadpool
I know
3 's
there's
coming out.
more.
Oh God, there's a poster for Craven in our cinema. I'm sorry, but oh my God, every time I see that poster, oh dear me.
Some of the things
don't know
you
what it's
say
about.
when it shows people, you're like, oh my God. I'm like, that is so funny.
I don't know what it's about, but I'm there. Yes.
This
I'm a
is the stuff
fickle
I'm talking
individual.
about that cracks me up when I watch her videos, just like these little things she throws out there.
I went to the cinema to see something and there was a poster for Craven. And I remember zooming into it and I said, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna see it.
I think
Yes.
I watched that video. I don't remember what you were watching either, but I remember you saying that.
Oh dear. I'm a fickle individual. What can I say? Handsome man that looks like a Viking and I'm there.
Oh my gosh. It's a Marvel film. I only know the character just name and name only.
Right.
So I was looking forward to that, and then they moved it. It was supposed to come out this month, and then they moved it to next year,
it was meant to
like
come
a
out
year
sooner.
away.
Oh well.
And I know there's some other films that I think Minajul has mentioned before, reminding us of stuff that's coming out next year. Several of those things I am looking forward to, but I'm not thinking of them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Guardians 3. Oh no, that's this year.
I was looking through the comments if he added anything, but I can't see that he has added anything.
The one,
anyway.
Sorry, Mike. The one I can think of that's coming to the top of my head is Maxine.
I was going to say that as well.
Good.
Yeah, I really want to see
Is that next year?
Definitely, Scott.
Next year.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dee, do you know about any
Gladiator
movies coming
2
up next year?
Oh yeah.
Do I know any? Say it again.
Do you know about any movies coming up next year?
I think Maxine was the main one I was thinking of also, but I also think, let's see, is that next? I was trying to figure that out.
I probably would also go for Mickey 7 from Bong Joon-ho as well, Mike.
No idea what that is, mate.
That was on my list as well.
Bong
That looks
Joon-ho,
really interesting.
Who directed Parasite? His new film.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Love Parasite, so I'll check that out.
Oh yeah, me too.
That was a great film, to be fair. I really enjoyed Parasite as well.
Yeah.
What was that?
There's a new Joker movie as well, isn't there?
Oh yes, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Joker too.
Is there a new Joker movie next year?
Yeah.
In that. Yeah, so that one and Deadpool 3
and Dune 2.
I can't think of any more. I'm just scrolling through.
I know there's several.
Pardon me. I'm looking
to
forward
watch Dune again. I found it really hard to get through Dune.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, Lisa, unfortunately. I know that movie was very popular. It just it didn't do much for me, unfortunately. I'm trying to think what was the other film. What was the other film I was thinking of? Crikey! Oh, I think it's coming out next year, Mike. The remake of Nosferatu from Robert Eggers.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
And speaking of vampires,
is that the one that is that?
Oh gosh, no, you were getting ready to say something, and I was thinking about what I thought you were going to say, but like who's going to be in it.
Is it Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah, what's that guy?
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe.
so
Is
Willem
I thought
Dafoe,
Willem
yeah.
Dafoe was going to,
Yeah.
exactly. But speaking of
That's
vampires,
fabulous casting.
Salem's Lot, a remake of Salem's Lot was supposed to come out last year, I think, then this year, and now who knows
No
whether
way.
it's going to come out. Yeah, they kept.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Oh, awesome.
I would actually love
When
that
you
if they would release it, but
Yeah. When you say
Yeah.
Nosferatu, Sam, is it a remake of the really old one, like the
Yeah,
1912? Is it?
I think
it's
so.
one of my
It's my
favorite
favorite
films.
vampire movie. I'm a bit nervous.
It's one of my favorite films of all time, Lisa. I watch it every October. It's from 1922, and
right.
it's
Right.
the silent classic. I absolutely love it. I've got the double red vinyl of the score. The score's absolutely brilliant.
Beautiful.
So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
really looking. Yeah, I think if anyone can pull off this remake, it's got to be Robert Eggers. You know, he's got it for the taking there. But I will definitely. So hopefully that will turn out really good because I can trust that director. I was going to say though, Mike, if I was in that movie, I would be like a vampire.
But
Wow.
there's your channel name already. Look, vampire movies.
So,
You let me off, won't you, Mike?
Yeah, it'll be Sammy G or Sammy full of puns. I don't know what it'll be. Menageo's mentioned a couple of 2024 releases there. A Quiet
I'll go with-
Place 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what you said, Lisa, as well. Sorry, Joker 2, Smile 2,
Mhm.
Karate,
I like that.
Karate Kid 2, the Jackie Chan one, I think.
Really?
Oh,
Didn't know that was coming out.
Thunderbolts
I
and
didn't.
Sonic 3, yeah, and Craven, as Lisa was saying as well.
And the new Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, is that coming out next year? Or am I imagining that?
Don't know. It was supposed
Is
to
there
be
another
March,
one?
but then it got pushed back, and then now it's like I don't know if it's coming out until. I thought I heard someone say 2025
there we
or
go.
26 or something. So
There's
Yeah,
loads.
think it's been
I
pushed back.
will say,
Right.
Mike. Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, out of those he's mentioned, the one I'd definitely be looking forward to is Deadpool 3, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because Planet of the Apes is one of my favourite film franchises, and definitely not Venom 3, no way. And Captain
The first two
America
were bad enough.
4. Yeah, I didn't bother with the second one, Lisa. I couldn't put myself through it.
Oh, no. But I did put myself through it, and it was no better than the first one.
I agree.
The Bell with Me, I'm sure that's the one that I really want to see. I can't remember what it is because Carrie Condon, yeah, I like her. Yeah. All right, yeah. Night Swim. I'm looking forward to that one.
yeah, saw the
I
trailer
stick
for
things in the
that
back of my mind,
the
but I
other
forget
day.
why. I just knew that was. I haven't yet, but the cast's enough for me. It's got a fantastic cast.
Same as
Sorry,
you, I saw the
Mike.
trailer for that one as well today. Night Swim. Looks interesting.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I was going to just say, he's put Quiet Place 4. I think he means Quiet Place 3, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah.
That'll be good.
Also, I'd Scream 7 should be out of Christmas time next year.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I was going to say, I've been seeing A Quiet Place day one because Lupita is going to be in that. And I'm always a fan of anything she's in. But even outside of that, just seeing everything play out as far as what, how the world of A Quiet Place came to be, I always enjoy seeing like those kind of films. So it being like a neighborhood perspective, I'm really excited for that.
Speaking of Lupita, Dee,
Awesome.
I had tagged you on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. It was a while back. I finally got around, a few days ago, to watching Little Monsters. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, is that the one?
Zombies.
Yes.
Yeah, and she is.
Oh, good.
I remember the only thing I remember about it was there was a shot when they were like about to release it or when it was filmed or whatever. It was a shot of her just standing in this yellow dress with blood all over her.
Yes. It was actually Artur and I watched it in preparation for maybe the 2019 stream that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I remember I did a reaction to that movie, and I liked the trailer. I mean, not reaction to the movie, reaction to the trailer. I liked the trailer, and then finally got around to watching it. And when it was done, I said to Arturo something about, well, that was a heartwarming little story. And he was like, heartwarming, because it was a zombie story. But it actually was heartwarming in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And you'll know it when you watch it. It's definitely not for kids, though. Whew. Yeah, there's some pretty raunchy stuff.
I was gonna say that's interesting because like it's very kid centric to some extent, but then I guess all the other stuff isn't.
He was saying to me there's like a scene where a child opens a door and there's two adults going at it, and Arturo was saying like, did they really film this sort of stuff in front of the kid? I said I really don't think so, because usually they remove, like, they'll either put the frame in, like the picture in later, because they do shelter them from stuff, because there were some pretty horrific things going on, and with all these children around, and some foul language. That was,
it's so funny that movie.
It is funny, and it's so good. I loved her character in there so much,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you know the premise, Dee, but there's a zombie outbreak, and she's made it her mission to protect the psyche of the children by pretending it's all a game.
Oh, okay.
So you can imagine the mayhem that ensues as a result, and the lengths that she goes to try to make them think it's just all for fun, and they have no clue what's going on. Yeah, cute film.
That sounds very cool, actually. I've never heard that one.
I recommend it for sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for the suggestion.
I second that. It's really good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I like Lou Peter as well, so I'd be interested in that movie.
Yeah, she's really good in here.
She's great at everything she's in, to be honest.
She is.
Well, thank you, Drew, for adding in some movies there about 2024 as well. We've got Lewis Smith saying, evening, Mike and guests.
Hello.
Hey, Lewis. Hope you're doing well,
Hello,
mate.
Lewis, mate.
We've got the viewer Drew saying, hey, everyone, what's up? Hey,
Hello,
Drew.
mate.
Hello, Drew.
Right, let's have a look. And we've got a few comments here from Menagio saying about he's a huge fan of Spider-Man. He says, have you guys seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and the Super Mario Bros. Movie? And if so, which one do you love more? Difficult for him because he loves both of them. Okay, cool. Yeah, go on, Dick.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I actually enjoyed both for different reasons. I kind of knew I would enjoy Across the Spider-Verse, but it still went in some directions I wasn't expecting, and just did some things with the story and the design and the animation that just was like, they just really took it out of the park in that sense. And I think that Super Mario Brothers, I started to get a kind of a sinking feeling, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. This might just feel really cheesy and pointless or whatever. And granted, yes, I could see where there could have been more done, or could have been, had a little more depth or a story. I get all that kind of stuff, but as someone who grew up, having the full range of the Super Mario Brothers experience, especially having the first Nintendo, which I still have, Ducks and Guns and all that. I don't know. It was something so, what is the word? I don't know. There was something, yes, the nostalgia piece, but it was something, I just felt so in sync with the experience of it, because it just kind of felt like I was a kid again, and I was kind of going through all these years of, from the first Nintendo to the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo 64 to the GameCube, and all these Easter eggs and things that I immediately caught on to. It just made it for like a very just enjoyable experience. Like I said, I understand it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not probably going as far as it could have with the story or things like that. But for what it was, I was totally fine. So I'd go with Across the Spider-Verse, but I wasn't mad at what they did. I thought the animation, in a different way, was very distinctive, and definitely caught my eye the entire time.
Yeah, definitely agree with you, Dee, that both of them are two different movies. As you mentioned, Mario definitely pulls on nostalgia, and especially as you mentioned, growing up with the consoles, respectively, as they kind of gone on. You notice them Easter eggs. Yeah, Mario did what, $1 billion over the box office, I believe. Did really well. The animation was fantastic as well. Yeah. So definitely agree. For my opinion, D, I agree with you. Definitely prefer Spider-Man, but love Mario as well. Just fun time, for sure. Scott, how about yourself?
Yeah, I really enjoyed both of them as well. Actually, thought they're both really, really good. I think I slightly preferred Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse, but I thought Super Mario Bros. Was still very entertaining. But yeah, Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse was incredible. Thought it was probably one of my favourite films of the year, if not my favourite film of the year. Just thought it was so entertaining, and the animation in it was absolutely beautiful as well.
Yeah, it's definitely like a wacky animation Spider-Man, like that one, and Into the Spider-Verse. That's the one. Into the one.
Yeah.
No, mate, awesome stuff. Lisa?
The two Spider-Verse movies are my favorite Spider-Man movies. I adore both of them. I think the animation, the whole style, I love everything about them. I was a bit disappointed with the Mario Brothers movie, but like Dee said, I did play it when it was like way back in the day when it was even an arcade game before I had any computer consoles. So the nostalgia was really good for that one. But I think the Across the Spider-Verse is a far superior film for me anyway. Yeah, Spider-Man gets my vote.
Yeah, awesome. A lot of people feel the same as you, Lisa, about being the favourite Spider-Man movies ever that they've made, so I can get that.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
I like all the Spider-Man movies, but for some reason the animated ones just really, I really gel with them. I love them.
Yeah, they're a different take. I mean, speaking of Spider-Man very quickly, Minaj was just adding in, I believe Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed, like pushed back to 2025. Could be changed if the actor strike is lifted by the end of this year.
Right.
Okay.
It's coming though. That's all we need to know. It's coming eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so anyway. How about yourself, Sin?
Oh yeah, for sure. Spider-Man would be the one that I love more than Super Mario. Like, I enjoy Super Mario much more than I expected to, because I mean, I like Mario, but I'm not super into it. Oh, I'm not doing a pun, I promise. I'm not.
You're taking Ryan's place or Sam's place over there.
Naturally. I'm not really, really into it, but I did enjoy the movie much more than I expected. However, just the emotional connection I felt with the Across the Spider-Verse movie, that one just hit me so much more. I felt like I enjoyed it more than the first film. So yeah, for me, that one would definitely be my pick.
Yeah, I get you. A lot of people prefer the new sequel as well. So yeah, I can get that, Sin. And Playing Down Under, I just didn't comment today. I really like the early 90s Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a blast from the past, isn't it?
Cool following that has, yeah.
It does, yeah, it does. Especially as the new one came out, obviously a lot of people went to check that one out as well. And finally, Sam, how about yourself? Have you seen any of these?
I haven't seen either of them, mate, but I definitely want to check both of these movies out, particularly Across the Spider-Verse, because that's hailed as one of the greatest films of the year, so definitely we'll have to get onto that one, because I did really enjoy the first one, Into the Spider-Verse, so yeah, definitely be up for checking that out for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. And I know it's on physical media now as well, so you can check it out.
It is, but it's a bit pants, to be honest with you, that it hasn't got a slipcover, whereas the first film does on 4K.
Oh, you need to get onto that guy that does slipcovers. That is it. Jamie uses quite often.
Yeah,
Jamie Powell uses quite often, or does he as well? And someone prints up the slipcovers, and they look really professional. So
John, I was going to say, Lisa, John got some of them slips from Jim Jam, because I think it is Jim Jam slips, I think it is, and there's some of the artwork looks so impressive. He got one for Clockwork Orange, Last Action Hero, and another film, I think.
Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool that if you get like them one of them custom slips, I've seen them. They're pretty awesome. Well, yes, Sam, I hope you get to check out Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse at some point. But pretty much wrapping up there again in the first hour and a half. So first, I just want to thank Sam, Sin, Lisa, Scott, and Dee for joining. Ian of D ditched his background and he's just showing us the background. He's at whatever's going on there.
We had D, that's all that matters.
Right. And thank you for joining D, despite whatever technical difficulties and stuff we've had tonight. It's all good. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for joining. Firstly, also the link to D, Scott, Lisa, and Sin's YouTube channels are down below in the description box. So go check them out. Go subscribe to all their channels. And Sam's Instagram is also down below as well.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, of course. And thank you guys for joining. Really do appreciate it. Of course.
No
Thanks
worries,
so much.
mate. Thank you for having me on as always.
Thank you, mate.
Of course, yeah, and have a nice
See you
night,
later.
guys. See ya.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Right, and yeah, sorry guys, bit technical difficulties going on my end as well, so kind of glitching in and out. So hoping this is going to work. We've got a couple of other guests for the next half of the stream. We've got Jackson. Hey man.
Hey, how's it going?
There he is. He's in the UK. He's tearing up London in his wake. How's it going, man?
Doing well. I think the last time I was on your stream, I was here, but it was very hectic in terms of me, like just having gotten here, and I was, getting moved in and all that. So I feel much more settled here now. Like I'm starting to enjoy myself a little bit better. So definitely having a good time. How are you?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, man, doing good, and I'm glad to hear that you've been getting settled in okay as well. And you're right. Last time you were on, I think you'd just moved a day or two.
It was incredibly fresh. I think maybe it was 4 days, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It was it was I was dealing with a lot. So, but I'm doing much better, and I feel more at home here basically now.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Thank you for joining tonight as well, and it's great to have you. Link to Jackson's YouTube channels down below in the description box as well. So definitely go check them out. And we will hear from Jackson in a little bit as well. I've got a couple of guests. We've got Harry in the house. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit echoey.
Oh, shoot. All right, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good. Well, while Harry's looking at the audio issues, we've also got Jacob Martin. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, well, Jacob, thank you for joining. Yeah, appreciate it, man. It's been a couple of weeks. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's fun being on your Z Talks.
Yeah, man. And how's your school studies going?
School's going really well. We're wrapping up this quarter, and then we start another one the week of Halloween, and that goes up till the end of goes through Christmas and ends early January. After that, I'll have been there a whole year, which is hard to believe.
Wow. Yeah, it's crazy because I remember when you were going to start doing your studies, and then you're just kind of getting ready to move there as well in the year. Yeah, it's flown over.
Yeah, it's crazy. Time flies.
Right. Well, I mean, Jackson, before long, you'll be saying you've been in London for a year,
Yeah. No, I mean, that's the plan. Hopefully, just with the visa stuff and all that. But I'm just trying to enjoy it while it's here, regardless. But yeah, I'm only 3 weeks into school. It's always funny comparing people who are on the quarter system or something like that, where you start a little bit earlier and then have these different breaks throughout. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about for you, Jackson, on your course, but usually in the UK, you usually get quite big breaks throughout the year.
Yeah, so we get my course is a year long. We get a month off almost for in December to January, and then also I think similar March to April, and then my summer course is basically just my dissertation. So I'll just pretty much be working on one thing for the summer. So yeah.
So you don't even get summer off, basically.
Yeah, not technically. I mean, it's funny. I might want to look into working as well, because I want to have something in my life that's not my dissertation, basically.
Right. Yeah, of course, and hopefully meet up at some point as well. Now that you're in London.
Absolutely, would love to. Yeah.
Well, as I said, link to Jackson's channels down below. Also, Jacob's channels down below as well. So definitely check them out. And we've also got another guest in the background, and I think it's the first ever time on Z Talks, and that is Q Reviews.
Nice.
Hey.
Yo, what up? What up? Am I late or something?
No.
Maybe a few minutes, but you're good.
Oh, are you sure? Oh, okay. I thought it was. I see it up here say live. You've been going an hour. Oh, that's right. You rotate. I'm thinking I'm late because I don't know the take time. I thought I messed it up again.
No, like you're not even the last guest like added to this section of the stream. I'd say you're good, man.
Yeah, because last time I missed it completely. He said like it was like 9:30, so I'm like got all the stuff ready 9:30, but it was like, oh, it's UK time. Well, I was stupid. I was stupid.
Well, hey, Q, how are you doing, man? It's good to have you.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Shoot, I'm glad I'm not late. I thought it was like an hour and a half late. I was like, no, I'm sorry. I thought the show was ending. I was like, my bad, man. My bad. Yeah. I always get confused with UK time. I know it's late over there. It's in the afternoon over here. Yep. Okay. I got it.
Like 9:30 at the moment. So it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, well, great to have you guys as well. And the link to Q Reviews channels down below in the description box as well. So definitely go check them out. And I think I've got Harry back as well.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, that sounds better in terms of the echo, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because could hear you before as well. It's just quite echo, but I think that's a lot better, man. So good to have you though.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Perfect. Yeah, man. Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on, man. I'm getting back into YouTube again, trying to get the place in order. I just moved, so I'm kind of like all over the place here, but definitely excited to be on.
Hey, well, appreciate you taking the time to join, man. And yeah, Harry's link is down below to his channel called Halum, so definitely check that out. Did a recent kind of tour video of your new setup as well. So yeah, really liking the new setup, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. A lot of work.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, we'll start this off with a comment from Menagel, and he asks kind of like, what's been everyone's favorite movies of the year so far? Of course, this is if you want to disclose that and you don't want to wait till like the end of the year list at kind of the end of the year, you know? But, hold on, we have got our final guest for the hour, actually, sorry, before we start. Another first-time appearance on Z Talks, and that is a man who supports everyone. It's the new week, Drew. Hey, Drew.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. How's everyone doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good.
Oh.
I'm doing good.
How's everyone doing? Hey, how you doing? Oh, Drew? Okay, I don't know what's going on with Drew. I think there's some technical difficulties, so...
Hi.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah. Goodness.
There we go. Hey, Drew, it's good to have you, man. And then you always support the stream, so yeah, it's good to have you, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, well, awesome to have you, Drew. And the link to your channel is down below in the description box as well. So welcome, Drew. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So, well, Jackson, we'll start with you. If you can give... I'll tell you what, we'll do one suggestion. If you can suggest one movie this year you've seen, what would you recommend?
I mean, it's not going to be like a massive, like a surprise, but I mean, probably my favorite movie of the year this year so far has been Oppenheimer. I don't usually go back and see movies multiple times in the theater, especially really long ones, but I've been to see Oppenheimer 3 times because it's that layered and fascinating, and I just find that it's Nolan's probably most accomplished film so far. I really enjoyed it. So.
Oh, awesome, man! Yeah, I know, like you love that a lot, and yeah, I heard about you going to see that quite a few times.
Yeah,
so I was
know.
Intrigued.
Well, I was basically I saw it a second time because the first time I didn't see it in IMAX, and then I saw it a third time because my sibling hadn't seen it yet. So I've had excuses for it, but yeah, I have gone quite a bit.
Oh man, that's awesome! Especially as you got to see it in IMAX as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely the way you should see it if you haven't, if it's possible. I mean, like I'm sure many areas have replaced it with the creator or something now, but yeah.
Yeah, probably so. I'll be honest. I don't think we got it near where I live anyway. Mm-hmm. So that's a shame. But hey, man, that's awesome. Drew, how about yourself? What's been your favorite movie of the year?
I am going to have to go with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It blew me away in theaters, and despite being nearly 3 hours long, I did not feel the length at all. And I can't wait for the new one, the last one.
It's fun.
Yeah, and do you know when that next part's coming out? Have you heard anything?
I want to say March or no, not March. I think June. I want to say.
Oh, okay. Like next year?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've heard it's next year sometime because they tried to like shoot them like not too far away from each other, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, great pick, Drew. Yeah, I love that movie as well. So I'll be interested to see part 2 and where they go with that as well. Great pick. Harry, what about you? What movie have you seen this year that you would recommend?
Yeah, man. Not to be basic, but I would, or a copycat or anything, but I would definitely say Oppenheimer. I did the same thing. I went and saw it a few times in theaters. I mean, it reminds me, honestly, of some of Nolan's earlier films, like, Memento, or, like films with so many layers, like you said, where every time you go see it, you get something different out of it. And to me, it was my absolute favorite movie of the year the first time I watched it, and then every time I saw it after that, it only got better.
Wow, okay. Yeah, definitely interesting. Cool to hear that you agree with Jackson as well there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Q, how about you? What movie would you recommend you've seen this year?
Oh man, hands down, bro. It's got to be Expendables Part 4, bro. Y'all see that? well, what's so funny? I was serious.
Expendables, like however they
does it suck or something? I thought I really enjoyed it. Like 50 Cent, the acting. 50 Cent, the rapper, his acting ability is just as good as John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. So I definitely go Expendables 4, getting Sylvester Stallone back again. No, I'm just kidding. I tried it. I tried to go as long as I could with it. I couldn't do it no more. No. But honestly, Oppenheimer's a good choice. But when I bought the 4K of Across the Spider-Verse, I was just blown away how good this movie is. I mean, just like the relationship between Miles' parents and Miles. I just really like that dynamic, even more than most of the action scenes in it. And every frame of that movie can be a wallpaper. I can just put it on my wall, every frame of that movie. So stylistically is really well done. Some parts I had a little trouble with, but overall, I think that's my favorite movie of the year. And this one here, I just picked up today. Talk to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's fast for getting a physical media release, I guess.
Yeah. It just kind of left theater. It's so crazy how fast stuff is coming to streaming. Like Equalizers, you can rent that right now. That was just in theater maybe like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Still is in some places, I think. I'm still seeing advertisements for it everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, now you can rent it. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed Oppenheimer, and I'm gonna go with Across the Spider-Verse. It was the second time I watched it. I liked it a lot more. So, that's what I recommend. It's fun.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, great pick as well. Great movie. Definitely fun, and I think in 4K it'll probably look fantastic as well.
Oh, it's fire. Yeah. It was better because when we seen it in the theater, my friend likes to sit in like the second row, so we're like this, and they're flipping upside down and shit, and everything's good. Like I'm sick. I get motion sickness and all the colors. So when I got to watch it on 4K at home, it's like, oh, okay, what I'm saying, I can appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. It sounds like Rashad G. Rashad likes to sit in row B every time he watches a movie. I don't know how he does it.
Why is that? That's an interesting choice for.
Oh yeah.
I guess it depends on the theater, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I seen Oppenheimer in the big Science Center dome, like it's like all around you like this, but the seats were really close, so my knees were like this. But you know how long that movie is, so I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Looking up. Great movie, great experience though. But like if you had to pee, it was a wrap, and you couldn't do it.
Wow. Okay, I've never heard that kind of science done before. That's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair enough, man. Yeah, well, great pick. Jacob, how about yourself?
All right, so I think Drew already mentioned my favorite movie I've seen this year, Dead Reckoning Part 1. I also love Oppenheimer and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Another favorite I'll address that I want to highlight. I also really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think that was a breath of fresh air. That's the movie the MCU needed after been kind of hit and miss some of their recent projects, but Guardians 3 had that James Gunn factor from beginning to end. He made the film he wanted to make. brought some finality to the Guardians characters, told a more personal story, still retained the humor that made the Guardians movies work, while also being a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. And I dare say it may have the best villain of the Guardians franchise with the High Evolutionary. That guy was scary.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great pick, Jacob. Yeah, definitely one of the better Marvel movies that they've had in recent time, for sure. Yeah, especially like the Rocket's kind of backstory and stuff. I'm not spoiling if people's not seen it, but definitely heartbreaking.
Yeah, Rocket's character arc in that movie was fantastic.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, great picks. Yeah, got to agree with you guys. Like Dead Reckoning Part 1's great. Oppenheimer was definitely a really interesting movie. Can't say I loved it as much as Jackson and Harry does, but I still enjoyed it. I'd say for me, have anyone seen? I know Jacob's seen this, but A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I have seen that. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that
yet. Actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got in like January this year, Jackson, in the UK anyway.
We did too in the US back when I was there. Anyway, I just missed it when it came out, so I'll have to catch up with it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
it's all on Netflix.
No, I loved it.
You can't go wrong with Tom Hanks, even when he's acting like an a-hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He plays that very well, and Tom Hanks is like the heart of that movie. I could have done without the flashbacks, though. The flashbacks brought it down. But other than that, I thought it was a good movie.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah, I can get where you're coming from as well, Jacob. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, great question, Menaggio, and thank you for the question. Got Frank's Gaming saying, evening, everyone. Hey, man, hope you're doing well.
Hey.
Jackson, I know you asked the question earlier, but I'm going to show it here. So Jackson says, what's been your favorite first-time horror watch this month? For you, Jackson, Brain Dead? Never heard of that one.
Yeah, so I mean, I know you've watched a couple of Peter Jackson's like non-Lord of the Rings movies, like The Frighteners and stuff like that. So basically, before he made the Lord of the Rings, he got kind of famous for making. I think it's called. I forget what the trilogy is called. It's Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, and Brain Dead. Brain Dead is also called Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
Yeah, I really like the title Dead Alive, but I
love that.
It's a zombie movie basically, but it is. I think it might be the most I've ever laughed watching a horror comedy. It is so funny, super gory. Like if you like Evil Dead 2, it's definitely in that vein. But my God, it like some of the line delivery as well. Like there's this priest who has a moment in the graveyard. I won't say exactly what he says because I don't want to ruin it, but it's fantastic. I highly recommend if you haven't seen it.
Oh yes. And plus the hardest Blu-ray to find in the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, I watched it with a friend of mine just online together, and he watched the actual Blu-ray like on his TV. I watched on my laptop. I think there's a 1080p version of it on YouTube or something like that.
Oh, nice.
So I watched that, but it looked really good. So.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, it sounds like a good time. And Q loved it as well by the sound.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's the Evil Dead. It's that version of the Evil Dead. It's Australian, right? So Australian version of the Evil Dead. But I would say it's even over
New Zealand, I think. But
New Zealand.
Yeah.
I would say it's even more over the top in Evil Dead 2, if you can believe
I would agree with that. Like the finale is, I don't think I've ever seen that much gore in a movie. Like it might be the goriest movie I've ever seen. It's insane.
Yeah, you'll think differently when you cut your grass. I'm just gonna say that without giving spoilers.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing.
Well, you told me in that movie. That sounds awesome.
Oh, you gotta see it. Oh, Mike, you're gonna love it, bro. You're gonna love it.
I think you'll really like it.
Yeah. Tonight.
Yeah, I love gory movies, so I'm definitely on board.
Oh yeah, this is like it's up there. It's like the creme de la creme of just splatter, gore, gross out moments. It's excellent. Yeah. You're gonna love it. That's your homework tonight. Watch Dead or Alive. Yeah, that's what you do. And I want to see a review tomorrow.
I'll tell you what. I'll get one done. I'll check it out and I'll do a review. Yeah. As long as it's nothing to do with eyeballs popping, then I'm out. But
no, I don't think that was in the movie.
I don't think
it's
so.
mainly mainly zombies.
Yeah, there's some stop motion in it, kind of like Evil Dead 2, and I think that there's a stop motion creature that might have some like eye popping, but it's not like eye violence or anything. It's not like stabbed in the eye or anything like that. From what I remember.
It got something to do with some porridge or something. That's probably one of the grossest things I ever seen.
God! Oh my God! That is such a gross scene. Oh.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm horror, but like when I watch that, it's like, my goodness, that is just disgusting. So I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah,
like the film is very, very gory, but the film is funnier than it is scary.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely on the comedy side of horror comedy, but it does have some like scary moments. You know, it's like you feel the suspense, you know, at times for sure. But it's just so over the top. Like, I just adored it.
No, well, awesome, man. That's cool here, and I'll say I'm definitely going to check it out. You saw me on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Drew, how about yourself? What's been your favorite first-time horror watch this month? If you've watched any.
Well, I haven't watched any yet, but I remember there was one Halloween. I know this doesn't really count as horror, but since it has vampires, I'll still shout it out. I watched Blade, and it was awesome.
That's a good
nice. A great pick. Blade's a great movie. So yeah, did you watch just the first one? Or did you watch the trilogy or?
I have seen all three. The first two are amazing, and Trinity is not great, but it has its problems. I really hated how Dracula was represented.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't remember Trinity being great, so I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Harry, how about yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna say it's a little hypocritical of me because I think in every review I talk shit on Netflix shows, but I saw Midnight Mass, and that was a fantastic horror show. It's like, yeah, definitely check it out. It is phenomenal. It's subvert your expectations. It has depth. It's kind of like there's no way you can guess what direction it's going, and then it just goes there. It's only, I think, like 8 episodes, and then it's over. So it's paced very well. There's no other season or cliffhangers you have to wait for. It's just a great ride. I definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan, the king. Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
I can't wait to see what he come up later this month with House of Usher. I guess that's a show too that's coming out on Netflix. I heard. Yeah, I've been hearing great things about that. Anything that dude puts out, Mike Flanagan, I'm on it, bro. I'm on it.
Yeah, it took everything good about Haunting of Hill House, I think it's called, and it just took it to the next level.
I've seen Haunting of Hill House. That show was really good.
Yeah.
And Mike Flanagan has such a good track record as far as horror movies go. Because I really liked Gerald's Game, and Dr. Sleep was surprisingly a really great follow-up to The Shining.
Yeah, I like Gerald's Game a lot. Yeah, Gerald's Game is really good. It has a weird ending. I'm not sure how much the ending like fits with the rest of the film, but the entire rest of the film before that is really good.
Yeah, that like that Dr. Sleep, what a hard job he had to do, you know what I'm saying, to follow up on the original Shining and please Stephen King at the same time, you know what I'm saying. He had his job on his hands, but I thought he delivered well. I think that's a slept on sequel, you know, because it failed at the box office, I believe, you know, Dr. Sleep, but that movie is great.
I got to agree, Q. Yeah, I love that movie. I thought it was fantastic. Rebecca Ferguson was great in that movie as well.
Oh yes. Rose, I think her name was. Yeah, cool. And they killed a kid in that one too. Yeah, they sucked it. So I don't know. I might be spoiling it. I was like, whoa, this is dark. This is really, really dark. But it was effective. Yes,
it's a good movie.
Yeah. Midnight Mass. When you find out the thing, you're like, oh, okay. Then you really into it more. Yeah.
It never disappoints.
I'm intrigued to watch that one because I loved Hill House. Wasn't huge on Blythe Manor, so I didn't check out Midnight Mass. But I definitely want to though. Now you've
that one's pretty
definitely.
Good.
I've heard
You'll like it, Mike.
Lovecraft elements to it. Like there's weird like creature detail and stuff like that. That sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just gonna leave it at that. Go check it out.
Yeah. Totally.
I want to say it like I'm not gonna say it though, but like yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's some stuff in there.
Okay. Well, I'm sold. I'm gonna check out that and Brain Dead. So that'll be a couple of days.
Yes, for sure. That one. That's number one.
Right.
Brain Dead Dead or Alive. That's for sure. That's have to. You know. That's like when people say you didn't see movies before. Like, yeah, I never seen the Goonies. What? You never seen the Goonies? What's wrong with you? I don't know. I just missed it. Sorry, Mike.
So go to Q. Q, I was going to come to you next. What's been your favorite first-time horror watch this month?
I don't know. I watch it all. I watch so much all the time. I was thinking like I don't have a first-time watch because I don't know. I guess the newest horror movie I've seen, I haven't seen before was Talk to Me. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the newest horror movie I hadn't seen. I thought that was fantastic by the Raka guys who do that YouTube channel like that. That was so fascinated about it. Like I do YouTube all the time. Now we got YouTubers like Blacktastic Media and things like that actually making films. You know what I'm saying? And Talk to Me is actually an effective horror movie too. Like. I love the metaphor that it gives, like sort of like addiction and sort of like how we're addicted to phones and things like that. So I'm not going to spoil the movie, but they use something in this movie, particularly a hand when they play very, very dangerous games. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I was very surprised by Talk to Me. Yeah, it managed to be scary, entertaining, all at the same time. And I'm probably like, that's probably going to be my tonight watch since I got the physical media. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Talk to Me.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah.
The ending's great. I'm not going to spoil it, but I love the ending of Talk to Me. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I was trying not to spoil it, but like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's coming out with a sequel pretty quick. So like, you know, with horror so cheap to make, so if they make a profit, you know, they're gonna hurry up and greenlight the sequel really quick. Like Megan, earlier this year made over $100 billion some dollars, and like, dang, for a budget of like, what was it, like 10 or 15 million or something like that, and made over 100. So like horror is cheap to make, and if it's effective, you can get paid. Terrifier 2, independent, made millions. So yeah, horror's winning out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's been a fantastic year for horror movies, and there's been a lot of them this year as well. So definitely agree, Q. And yeah, I quite like Talk to Me. I'm definitely intrigued to see what they'll do with the sequel. Like you, I'll not mention the ending for you guys who've not seen it. So. But no, great pick, man. Great pick.
Yeah, I missed out on Saw and Exorcist, so I haven't seen those this month. Yeah, I've been so busy at work, but I do want to check those out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, no spoilers from me, man. I've seen them, so I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Jacob, how about yourself?
All right, so this one's kind of a cheat because I technically watched it in September, but I wanted to highlight it because it was a horror movie I watched for the first time recently. And I thought it was great. Jeepers Creepers is a terrific horror movie. I think some people like to crap on it because there's controversy with the director. But if you leave that controversy out of it, it's a really good movie. Very suspenseful throughout. Justin Long is in the film, and he's really good in it. And I don't want to give away, if you've not seen the film, I don't want to give away like what the creeper character is like and some of the things that he's doing, but the imagery in this film honestly really disturbed me, but in all the best ways, because it's imagery that sticks with you and messes with you. And then there's some interesting lore with the creeper character that I thought was really interesting. And it was a highly entertaining horror film that kind of messed with my mind a little bit. I have gone and seen Jeepers Creepers 2 recently as well. I didn't think it was as good. It felt dumbed down compared to the first film, but if you take it as a slasher, it's pretty entertaining. It's nothing compared to the first movie. The first movie's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool character. He's a very cool character. Yeah, it's funny you say like you know, like the controversy. Do you take the, you know, like R. Kelly, like if I went for, you know, like during high school, you know, that got me through, you know, some good times, like on dates with women. That music is good, but like, you know, do I listen to him now? No, not really, because it's just, I don't know, it's that stigma's in there, you know what I'm saying? It's so nasty, but like, or Cosby Show's a great show, but like he did some horrible things, you know what I'm saying? Like where do you draw the line with that stuff? Like, you know, I don't know. I'm like, how does everybody else feel kind of about that stuff?
Yeah, kind of same as you, Q. Yeah, like I'd probably watch Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2, and then I know like the third one's going to be terrible, and the director, I don't know, gets money or royalties from that anymore, so I probably wouldn't support that. Yeah, I think it's hard to kind of draw that line. Yeah, what about you guys?
Yeah, I think for me, good.
You know, I was just I feel like it definitely depends on the, like, on one hand, it's like how much does the work of the person mean to you? Like, can you still sort of enjoy the I just think it comes down to like whether, like, you thinking about the, you know, act that the person has committed, can you still enjoy the art that way? That's part of it. But also I think like sometimes you can see like problematic stuff about the person in the art. So a good example I think for me is Roman Polanski. I really like a lot of his movies, but a lot of his movies are really fascinating in the sense that they're really sympathetic towards the plight of like young women, which are exactly the people that he's abused in his life. So I don't know. I think it's fascinating and it's interesting to engage with, but I certainly wouldn't support like a new Roman Polanski movie in theaters or anything like that. So it just really depends. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way too. Like, normally I'm good at separating the art from the artist usually, because I look at the work that more people worked on compared to just one person who did something really bad. That's why I had no problem, you know, with the Flash movie. Even with I don't like Ezra Miller the person, but I could look past that and still enjoy the movie for what it is. And then with, you know, different directors and stuff, like, I know people don't like Joss Whedon anymore, but I still enjoy the movies and shows that he still worked on because they were good movies and shows. But
yeah,
I think it kind of depends on the situation too. Like, I know Q, you brought up Bill Cosby. I can't think of Bill Cosby the same way again because the stuff come out. And ever since the scandal happened, I struggled getting back to watching any of his stuff because he was like America's dad for years, and now he's like America's scummy dad.
He was the first comedian I ever like. He was the comedian who got me into stand-up comedy, like the listening to it on the on CDs and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I don't listen to it much anymore.
I know. Like, I remember every week, you know, like for African Americans, that was huge to see like that type of representation on TV, a doctor and a lawyer in the same house. Well, we never say that. We look at it, you know what I'm saying? You have 2-parent households, you know what I'm saying? So when we seen that, it was such inspiration. Everybody came to watch it. I remember our whole family would just gather around the TV and watch the Cosby Show. It was like huge. And now it's like, you know, like when you see it on syndication reruns, you're like, well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's weird. It's kind of hard to separate it too, because they say some bad stuff about Michael Jackson, but he was proven innocent. But like, there's still allegations and was payoff. But like, Thriller's still the coldest video of all time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thriller.
Very good point, Q. Very good point. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's hard to separate the art and artist sometimes, depending on what it is, as you guys said, like Cosby and stuff, you know. I think sometimes you can make an exception. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, a recent example for me is like I reviewed the Hogwarts Legacy game, and I know, like, you know, some of the stuff J.K. Rowling has said, and, you know, so it gets a little weird, but for me, it was like, I was afraid to review it because I knew it had that stigma, but I was kind of reminding myself, I'm like, look, a bunch of developers worked on this game. She's getting royalties, whatever. Like, I just want to review the game. I don't know. It's impressive. But then there's examples like, I forget the dude's name, but the dude who made like Rick and Morty and everything and all the stuff that came out about him. It's like, that's kind of his brand. It kind of changes it for me because it's so ingrained in the humor of everything. So I don't know. For me, I guess it just depends on the example as well, just like you guys did.
Yeah, but you're right though. You don't punish all the artists who worked on that stuff, because I got hard work legacy too. And I'm a 3D artist right now, and I'm trying to do hair. That's where I've been so busy. I haven't put up reviews, and their hair looks so good, bro. I'm like,
It does. Everything looks good.
Like, damn it, I'm not that good. I want to be that good. Who did that? So like, it's impressive. So like, you don't want to. People gotta like that, animate that, voice work. I mean, there's so many people instead of the main person behind it too. So like, I agree with you and Jacob on those points. Like, yeah, you don't discredit the whole art just because one person. Like the Cosby Show, still great. It ain't just Bill Cosby. It's that whole cast around it that makes that show great too, as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you on those points.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. And Q, it's always fascinating to hear about yourself, man, and like your 3D art and the art you do as well. Like the craft.
That's so cool, man. Yeah,
incredible.
Oh yeah, it sounds cool right now, but I've been working like day and night trying to do hair. You know what I'm saying? Because like being a 3D artist is cool and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, we want you to make Avatar. I'm like, oh cool, but we need you to do it by tomorrow. Like what? What? Like they don't, like the client, they don't understand like how hard it is. Like, yeah, we want this grandiose thing, and yeah, you can do it. You can do anything. You people are magic. Like, no, bro, this is gonna take like a year. You know what I'm saying? At least to get it even started. So yeah, I'm on one of those type projects, and it's just like I haven't been able to get my hair cut, make YouTube videos. I work from home, so I'm down here, just on the computer back here, just plugging away. I love it though, because I care about my art, but sometimes, man, these client expectations be over. It'd be ridiculous. They don't care. They're like, oh yeah, just do it. It's like, well, I guess I got to do it. But
well, it's like a lot of us reviewers and stuff have complained about like Marvel CGI and stuff like that with like Thor: Love and Thunder or whatever. But it's like at this, it's the fact that like the studios are just giving these ridiculous deadlines to these artists. Like Marvel is just having like this massive schedule where they just pump out movie after movie and expecting to maintain the quality. It's like you can't do that. Like
exactly. Exactly. That's why Flash looks like that. It was like, I don't know. Some of that was like, I don't know. But like, yeah, they probably just said, yes, just do this, and we need it done by tomorrow. And the artists don't have time. They care about the property, but like you didn't give us enough time to actually, make it tangible. And CG is a tool just like anything else. You know what I'm saying? If it's overutilized, of course it's gonna, it's gonna be blatantly obvious that it's, it's fake to the eye. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the war movie? I think that was based on World War I. It's 1917. 1917. And there's a lot of CG in that movie, and I think it won the award for the Oscar for best CG that year. And everybody was like, why didn't Avengers Infinity War win? That's had way more special effects. And it's like, no, what you don't see is why they got it. All that fire and sky, and all that comp in there. That's why I won, because you don't notice it, and that's why it's excellent like that too. So like, yeah, and that's when Marvel was good. Like they're like, they just giving all these CG artists these work, and they don't have time to do it. So the audience immediately comes points the finger at the CG artist. The CG was terrible. Yeah, but I'm betting they didn't have a lot of time to do it. Most of the time. That's just how it is.
That's why She-Hulk looks so bad. That show was rough to watch, because not one shot when She-Hulk was on screen did I buy that was a real character.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah. It's just interesting to hear about that art form from yourself, Q, who is actually a 3D artist as well, man. That's definitely unique.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I've been a CG artist for around 13 years now, 13 or 14 years. Wow. Something like that. Self-taught. Like I stole all my off the stuff off the internet. I guess I can say it. I'm past statute of limitations, right? So like, well, basically, I just watched YouTube videos and I like got Crest software and learned like that. You know what I'm saying? And just started doing it until I got a job, and I worked on Captain America, the First Avenger, Game of Thrones, a lot of Super Bowl stuff. I'm in Detroit, so I worked. Of course, did a lot of automotive work. I was a lead CG artist for Mercedes-Benz for about 6 years. Now I'm working with Unreal doing digital people, because I like characters. Well, I like movies, so I like to make characters and stuff. And I made a character. I showed my company, and then like they start showing people, and then they're like, "Oh, we like this." And they're like, "Can you do her? Can you make this person?" I'm like, yeah. I can't, but it's gonna take us. No, we want it by tomorrow. So that's what I'm doing right now. Like I'm working with mocap suits and making digital faces off of scans. And actually, all you need to do with a proper scan is this phone off a free app. And I just go like this. I scan it, get it in the computer, and take it through Unreal, and I can make your face.
Wow,
that was crazy, but it's cool. It's cool. I wish I could have had some stuff up, but I don't want. It's all in there in the hard drive and stuff. But yeah, it's fun.
That's an incredible experience, especially working on like Captain America: First Avenger as well. Yeah, like
I worked on the little head, like the little Steve Rogers, with the skinny guy.
Yeah.
So we just kind of comped that head, and we had the other actor, and we kind of just kind of roller scoped him and stuff. That's the part I worked on. Game of Thrones, I worked on Battle of the Bastards, like putting like background stuff in. That's all I did really. In a couple more episodes like that, but yeah.
That's so cool, man. Yeah.
Wow.
It's cool, but I don't know what's going on. Like Battle of the Bastards. Oh, I heard about this, but I want to see the show, but I can't. All I can see is this part. These frames here. Like, ah, damn it, I want to watch this. Yeah, and I watched it and it came out. It was dope. But yeah, you don't never.
That's
get to see
cool though.
movie.
That's cool though to be able to tell someone I did that part in that show movie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like, see that part? Oh, it's gone now. Yeah. Well, that was my part. That one.
My mom has a friend who, like from high school or something, that was nominated for a couple of Oscars for like sound design one year.
Oh, wow.
And like it was like really cool to just be like rooting for like somebody that like we kind of vaguely know, like for that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah. The Oscar.
Yeah. There's some cool experiences, man, and we've got quite a few comments like people chiming in as well. So firstly, playing down under to saying I'll sub to you all, so that's awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
It says hi, Jackson.
Hey.
Hey, Jacob. He says hi, Q. Where's James Bond?
Q.
Yeah. Lisa saying, awesome to see you, viewer Drew. Always supportive on streams and comments. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Drew, you supported my streams before as well. So, like, thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Yeah, Drew, you're a legend, my friend. So thank you for joining tonight as well. Saying A Man Called Otto is one of his favorites for the year. Yeah, man, definitely cool movie. House of Usher looks awesome as well during the chat. And then we've got a couple of questions from a little bit earlier. I've got, where is it? Got Jason, the Old Millennial, in the house. So, hey, Jason, hope you're doing well.
Jason.
He says, do you remember the first time you watched a DVD for the first time? For me, it was Pearl Harbor. Blown away by the fact I didn't have to rewind the movie. Wow, that's a great question.
I remember mine. I go first. It was Stir of Echoes. I got a DVD player. I think it was like $99. And Stir of Echoes. I was like, I can't believe this. I don't have to fast forward. I can just fast forward to the next chapter. I was kind of blown away.
But yeah, it was definitely revolutionary, like massively. Yeah. Then I have to press the button manually to fast forward on the VHS.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Tracking. Yeah.
Oh man, well, hey, that's a great experience, Q. I remember getting a DVD player. I can't remember what the first ever movie was I got, but I remember getting it and thinking, "Wow, what a big difference!" And like the DVD logo would like bounce over your TV screen when it was on pause and stuff as well. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Drew, do you remember the first time you watched a DVD?
I feel like Toy Story would be the obvious answers, but the ones I remember fondly was actually the first two Shrek films, mainly Shrek 2, because I remember watching that one more often than the first one, because I remember how much I love, like, say, the addition of, like, Puss, and, of course, the end with I Need a Hero. That was a fun sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same here, man. Same as you, Drew. I remember Shrek 2 for some reason. Rewinding that sequence at the end. I don't know why.
Love Shrek 2.
Yeah.
And you guys got me nostalgic because I remember when we got Shrek 2 on DVD. I think I watched that movie like 2 or 3 times that day because I loved it as a kid.
Yep.
But that was not the first DVD that I watched. I think I was probably about 5 or 6 when we got a DVD player. And I think my mom bought 2 classic Disney movies, and they were the first DVDs I ever watched. One was Alice in Wonderland, and the other was Robin Hood, and they were on DVD.
Nice.
And
nice.
I just remember being blown away by the fact that you said you couldn't you didn't have to rewind the movie when you were done compared to the VHS. I was just blown away by the fact that you could push a button that you could skip all the previews and just get to the movie.
Yeah. Or what about the fact it didn't wear out? You could just keep playing without worrying about it like burning out or coming undone.
Yeah,
Well, especially when Blu-rays came around, because they have like scratch protection and stuff like that. Like even DVDs, like they're vulnerable.
Yeah, DVDs can get very scratchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of time. Like I remember one time I used to work for a DVD kind of store before Blu-rays kind of came around, and I'd see like these DVDs are coming like they were scratched to bits, and I was like, how is this even going to play? Why would you even sell this at this point? Without a disc cleaner as well,
I do have a question really quick. I was in Target today. I still support physical media. You know what I'm saying? I just want my stuff when I want it sometimes. I understand like people yelling like, well, like it's getting smaller and smaller. Like it was in Target today. It's like only like that big for the little DVD spot. Like, now this is sad because it used to be, video stores and so much. But anyway, like I want something when I watch it. Like I want to go on Netflix and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is out and I got to go buy it again. I'm like, hey, damn it. See, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like it. But anyway, why does it have a 4K, a Blu-ray, and a digital? 4K looks the best. That's what I want. That's why I bought the 4K. But why do I need the Blu-ray for? Like, why?
Well, like maybe if you bring it over to a friend's house and they don't have a 4K player or something like that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Like that's kind of what I've always thought about it. And I think also depending on the release, there are certain editions. Like for example, I have a lot of like Criterion and Arrow titles, and some of them will be like, it's a 4K edition, but the 4K is just the movie, and then the Blu-ray has the movie, but then also the special features. That's where you watch it. So just depends.
Yep. There's a couple movies too where like I don't know, like I'm trying to think of an example, but there's a couple movies where the 4K looks a little different from the Blu-ray to me, and I'm one of those weird people. I like to go back and forth and see the differences. Like I the one I'm thinking of is Terminator 2. I know the 4K looks
not good on that one.
Like shit. Yeah.
Ooh, I wanted to.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a niche reason, but
yeah. I've heard. See, I don't have a 4K, but everyone keeps saying the 4K release of Terminator 2 is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
I guess it's a good thing I got the Blu-ray version then, because it looks fine to me. So
it's fine. Yeah. I don't know. They color graded it or something. I don't know. It's got this weird blue tint.
It looks blue.
Yeah. It's the weirdest transfer ever. Yeah.
James Cameron trying to turn Arnold into the Avatar land.
It's funny because like the first, I feel like Terminator, like without any of the 4K Blu-ray restoration stuff, there is more of a blue like tint to just some of the lighting in Terminator 2 compared to the first one. But just like I feel like that 4K takes it to such an extreme. It'd be funny if you watched like a good restoration of the first Terminator and then put on that 4K of Terminator 2. It'd be such a difference.
Like you guys, like Jacob, I heard the transfer was terrible for Terminator 2, so I just didn't bother. I'm waiting until they maybe remaster it and actually do it properly, then I'll buy it.
Yeah, you need like blue light glasses to watch that movie on 4K.
Hey, I'll see mine if you want. Yeah,
yeah, I bet you use them a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you work so much on the computer. You
absolutely. Oh man.
Oh man. Nah, I'm good. Jackson, do you remember the first ever DVD that you watched?
I forgot to answer the question. So I'm fairly young. I'm like 23, but so basically like for my whole life, I'm sure that there was a time when we only had VHS and when we got our first DVD, but I just don't remember. So yeah, when I was growing up, it was always VHSs and DVDs. So I don't remember the first one I watched, but I will say like there was a point where VHSs started to be phased out in our house and it was just DVDs. And I do remember that feeling of it was much more convenient. Like you didn't have to, rewind it afterward or anything. So
Damn, I'm
Hey, same here, Q. Same here.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. Shoot, I remember the little beta tapes. They just had little beta tapes. They used to be little laser disc. Man, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
I remember that. And then VHS as well used to take up a lot of storage as well.
Yeah,
right? Like the box was like that thick.
Yeah.
DVDs was like that.
Oh, we used to copy the tape.
We still have a lot of ours, so it's kind of like it's they do take up quite a bit of storage.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Q, I'm pretty sure you've got like an actual original shelving from Blockbuster, right?
Yeah, no, from Hollywood video out here, because they were closing the video store because COVID shut it down because nobody went, you know what I'm saying, no movies were coming out, so it shut down the video. So yeah, I got a couple shelves from Hollywood Video, so that's where I keep my movie collection because I love the video store. I love the video store. Right. That was our every Friday. Go Friday, and we used to get 3 movies, and I had 2 VCRs. So yeah, I'm copying. Well, yeah, for sure. put 3 movies on the thing. You know what I'm saying? That was like our everyday ritual. So I got 2 shelves, the big ones from Hollywood Video, and I put all my 4Ks on there. So like, and I got the candy on the side just so I could feel like it's a video store here in my basement. And yeah, it's like one of my favorite things I have. And I can look at it. It's like physical. Like, oh, there it is. I can go pick it up. Oh, American Psycho, I love you so much. You're right here.
That's so cool, man, that you got one of those. That
they gave it away for free. They were gonna throw them away. They just gave them away. I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
Man, that's awesome. We've got an interesting comment from me, so thank you for the question, Jason. Menagio saying about some of the worst movies from last year and the year before. Says Venom, Let There Be Garbage, Black Adam, The Matrix Resurrection, Halloween Ends, and Morbius.
Ooh.
Okay, I will say I'm a defender of 2 of these. Matrix Resurrections is very flawed, and I totally understand why people object to it. But I kind of like the meta goal of what it's doing. I think is really cool. I think it's very brave of Lana Wachowski to make a movie like that. And then I also am a pretty big fan of Halloween Ends.
Wow! Don't worry. You're not the only person that defends it. I like parts of Halloween Ends myself.
Yeah,
I said it.
It's just it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't commit fully to what it's trying to do. Like like at the end, you have to go back and do the whole Michael Myers fight, and it's entertaining, but it's not. Funny enough, like the Corey stuff was what I really liked about the movie and what I was really engaged by. So
nice.
Yeah, I agree with Halloween Ends. Like I didn't like the movie, but I think it gets that mixed aspect to it because I think Blumhouse lost the rights. I might be wrong.
Well, did they still distributed it, right? Or
Blumhouse still distributed it. I think that was their last one in their little deal.
Well, yeah. I mean, because Halloween's not going to end. It's going to get rebooted at some point. Not under the Blumhouse model.
Michael Myers can never die. Now, Jason, I thought he was going to die, but it looks like he's coming back.
Even in the shredder into 1,000 pieces, he's still alive.
I love that. It's so funny. It's where he gets put in the
from the whole towel. Like, all right.
Oh my god.
Sure. I think one of the issues is I've read on the trivia that if Blumhouse had the rights, they're gonna have like Corey and Allison as like the main next kind of Halloween. But because that didn't go ahead, they were like, right, well, we're stuck with these 2 characters in this 3rd movie. What do we do?
Well, I don't know how I would have felt about them like continuing it into another film, but I think what would have been good is if you had seen a bit of Corey in Halloween Kills or something like that, because it just I get why people were upset about how it just comes out of nowhere and just drops this entire new thing on you. I found it pretty engaging, that whole drama, but like they didn't stick the landing on it or anything. So
definitely not. No, like Michael Myers in that movie, like seemed as if he got caught COVID and didn't recover from it.
Right. I hated that scene, bro. He went into Michael Myers' crib and beat him up and took his mask. Like, I know you're an old man, but like, yo, bro, this is Michael Myers. Like in Halloween Kills, he just took out a whole fire team, and now he just go beat him up. This dude from band camp. out of here, bro. I hated that part, bro. Like,
well,
no, I know he
Kills kind of ignores the fact that Michael Myers is 65, 70 years old. But
right.
And then
Well,
in this
they
next one,
let you know in
just-
this movie,
just go,
Kills.
like, he's instantly in like the sewer, like just living as like a hermit, basically.
Yeah. Oh, he old in this one. They let you know. Yeah.
It's a weird contrast because like Kills was what I actually really liked that one. I was like, this is the most fearsome they've ever made this character.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one, I'm like, they took all that away from him. It just didn't make sense.
That's what I was like.
I don't know.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
like, I mean, boy, don't do my boy like that, son. You know, I'm a fan of Michael Myers though, but I did like the stuff like he said with Corey was kind of interesting, but like, yeah, like it's almost no really point of Michael Myers being in here.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the John Carpenter movie Christine, but it's very much like that. It's like, you know, this character who's been like ostracized by the town and kind of like bullied, beaten down, and he turns to you know, this person or thing, this thing that's like manipulating him pretty much, and he kind of falls victim to that. That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, that's an interesting take on Michael Myers, but I had mixed feelings about that one too. But like, it's good stuff.
That's totally fair. Yeah,
now,
I totally get people's issues with it. Like, it's I just enjoyed it more than I expected. I don't think it's like a great movie or anything, but I do defend it a little bit.
Yeah. Venom, I want to burn though. I got that 4K. I'm like, that was what a waste of money that was.
Yeah.
You weren't a fan of that one, Q, Venom?
Oh no, not at all. The part 2, I even kind of had fun with the first one. Like, this is kind of stupid and goofy, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I got Woody Harrelson as Carnage. Yeah, let's go. And I watched it. It was literally, I had not rolled my eyes so much in a major film release like I did Venom of Garbage. He got it right there. That movie is atrocious, bro. It's really, really bad. Morbius, whatever. You know, it's like I don't hate it, but that one I do. That one and the new Fast and the Furious movie X, whatever. I hated that movie. That one, and then that one that I just don't like. Yeah, Matrix Resurrections. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Q. I've got one of the hottest takes of the year. Is I shared this in my review. Just very quick story. Is when I checked out Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Like, so me and my partner Emma checked that movie out, and when we came out of the cinema, there was like this random old lady who like came to talk to us, and she just got out of Spider-Verse as well, and she said that Fast X was better than Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
All right, I'm out. Y'all have a good stream.
What?
I mean, it's either she really fancies Vin Diesel or she loves family. I don't know.
She loves family.
Yeah, wow. I was like,
she has a weird obsession with flying cars or whatever they're doing in these movies now.
That's bonkers.
I just can't fathom it, bro. That movie felt like I was in a fight for like 12 rounds without break. Like, seriously, I was like, what was that? I don't even know what's going on at all. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? This makes no sense.
Well, Q, how did you feel when you saw Fast 9 and went to space?
Yeah, that's when I was really pissed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm pretty much out. But there's like my friends, he's really in the car, so he's like, you got to go see the 10 with me, bro. Okay, I like movies. I watched this. Like, oh man, that's the last time. I'm done. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm literally mad. You know, spend my money. You know what I'm saying? I took my wife too. I think that's like $60. You know what I'm saying? Just to get popcorn and all that, drinks, and watch this. I was like, man. And IMAX, bro. Like, man. Yes. Upset. Yeah, I went to the movies to see that. Venom of Garbage I bought on 4K, and I was pissed about that. I said, I'm wasting my money.
I don't know if I feel sorry for you, Q, or taking your wife to see Fast X.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. I think AI can write better scripts than what they're doing. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm like, the AI can write a better script than what they're making in these movies, bro. And Tyrese and Ludacris are not funny at all, bro. They're annoying, bro. Like, stop trying to be funny. And nothing you saying to come out of your mouth is funny, bro. Vin Diesel just got this stoic look all the time. It's not cool. It's stupid. You know.
How do you really feel about Fast X?
Yeah, okay. Sorry. No more Fast X threats. Yeah.
Oh, Q. Well, I hope you were in the bad book when you took your wife to see Fast X. Anyway.
Oh. No, it was good. It's all good.
Oh man. Well, Drew, what's your thoughts on these worst movies that Menagio mentions?
Well, out of all of these, I actually did not hate Venom Let There Be Carnage. I just thought it was kind of like, silly fun. Black Adam, I did not hate. Same with Matrix Resurrections and Halloween Ends. Morbius, on the other hand, when I first watched it, I just thought it was okay. But as time has gone on, yeah, that is a bad superhero movie. and in terms of how bad it is, I'll tell you this: it is boring. I cannot see myself watching it again, and I'm probably going to say something that you guys may disagree with or agree with. I would much rather watch Marvel movies like Daredevil or Ghost Rider again.
No, that's fair.
So I don't like the first Ghost Rider, but I've heard people say really good well, some people say okay things about Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, the one that's directed by Neville Dean and Taylor. And I kind of trust their directorial style because they did like the Crank movies and stuff like that. So I'm willing to take your word on that.
Yeah, those movies at least have a style to them,
At least in Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, Nick Cage goes full Cage in that film.
Exactly.
Yep.
For better or worse.
Definitely agree with you, Drew, though. Yeah, I'd rather watch those over Morbius. Yeah.
Yep.
Bad.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And Drew's a huge Marvel fan as well, man. I mean, he pictures bloody Logan Wolverine, so...
Yes, which is the complete opposite of Morbius.
I've never thought about it in those terms, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree. Harry, how about yourself, man?
I mean, I definitely agree with the Black Adam one. That was my number one worst movie of last year for me. And not only because I don't actually think it was the worst movie that came out last year, but I think it was the biggest disappointment for me. The editing hurt my head and everything about it. It's absolutely terrible. I would rather watch Morbius, and that's saying a lot, honestly. Yeah, but the other ones I totally agree with. Halloween Ends, though, I'm kind of with you guys. I don't know if I would put it in this mix. I don't think it quite reaches that level. It was a little bit messy, but I thought it was a much better movie than the other ones on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't hate them. The only one I dislike is Venom the most. And it seems like my man down there hates Morbius too. I feel you though. I feel you. I ain't mad at you.
Nah. Drew, do you collect physical media?
Yes, I do have tons of Blu-ray movies of like different genres. I got like action movies. I got superheroes. I've been kind of on a music biopic kick lately, even though the only three I only have like 3 right now. I do mostly it's filled with like say superhero movies and action movies. And actually, really quick, I want to throw out. Recently, I ordered a physical Blu-ray of a movie recently.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
It was the Blu-ray steelbook for Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which I actually have not seen yet.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That was a little fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
great
interesting.
music. Yeah, great music in there.
Yeah, the soundtrack's good. Definitely agree. Yeah, no, I was interested. Did you buy Morbius on Blu-ray?
Oh no, no! After how boring it was, I'm like, there is no way. And I know some will disagree on this stream. I would much rather watch the Venom films again because at least, even when the jokes fall flat, at least there's kind of like at least they're constantly moving, and it's like, okay, at least Tom Hardy is trying to do the best he can with what he has, whereas Jared Leto feels like he's just sleepwalking through Morbius.
Ooh, damn! He got an Oscar too, son.
Oh, okay. Maybe not in all his movies, just that one.
No. Halle Berry got an Oscar too. She still made Catwoman. So like,
Don't even get me started. Catwoman was horrible.
Have you seen her Razzie speech? She's one of the few people who won a Razzie and then accepted it. And she basically said, because she had just won her Oscar like before she made Catwoman, I think. She won it for like Monsters Ball in 2003. But yeah, so then she made Catwoman. She accepted her Razzie and she said, thank you to my agents for making me a lot of money with this piece of shit movie or whatever. Such a good deal about it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I did see that, and it was hilarious. So at least she's acknowledged that the movie is crap.
Yeah. She I think she's owning it.
Yeah, it's not her fault. You know what I'm saying? It's like directors and writers and all that stuff. She's just doing her job. So
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that movie's great. So I'll be surprised if someone.
No, Catwoman's the best comic book movie ever made.
What?
Halle Berry, man, she is. I'm just kidding. I've only
No, he's
right next to Morbius, man.
That movie. It was hot garbage.
Yeah, hot garbage.
Sorry.
I caught 10 minutes of it on TV, and I was like, "This is bad." That outfit alone, what were they thinking?
Hey, I didn't mind outfit. I'm just saying. I like it. Not better than Michelle Pfeiffer, so I like that one. I was like, ooh, I was around when that came out.
The best Catwoman outfit there will ever be.
Well, yeah. It was like you went through puberty looking at that, like, damn, son. Like, whoa. Like over sexually too. She was like walking like that. She was like, whoa, Catwoman.
That is the horniest superhero movie ever made, and I love it so much.
Oh yeah, so good. Michelle Pfeiffer for the win, and came back and did Ant-Man and still was hot. How'd she do that? At like 70.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Good. Yeah, definitely agree about Catwoman though. Good costume with Halle Berry's good in the costume, but that's about it. I've got to be controversial though. My favorite Catwoman's Anne Hathaway, but I don't know, it's because I've got a huge crush on Anne Hathaway.
Gotcha.
Probably why.
Cute.
I think she is a good Catwoman. I think Michelle Pfeiffer is still my favorite though. I think she was the one who owned the role the best. I think I'd put Michelle Pfeiffer and Zoe Kravitz from the Batman over.
I was gonna say I really like Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
My God,
they did.
God, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a perfect looking human being. You know what I'm saying? Her, like what's her dad? Like Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. They made that, son. Boy. I'm just saying, she's like perfect. Perfect for Catwoman.
Lisa Bonet has like a fascinating career trajectory because I think she was on the Cosby Show for a while, but then she got fired because she was in Angel Heart. One of my favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
And she goes, let's just say she goes for it in that movie.
Oh, she goes for it.
Yeah, it was not seen as very family friendly to the Cosby Show.
Oh, I love it. I see it as a child.
I think that's aged well.
My grandmother used to love that movie, so I used to watch that scene all the time. I'm messed up as a kid. My grandma had me watching all that crazy stuff. Like, whoa, this is Jaleesa just getting, you know what I'm saying? You know, the business. Let's just say it's like Bill Cosby when he didn't like that, but what was Bill doing?
Exactly.
This is a movie. This is a movie. You know what I'm saying? She's playing a character. What are you doing, Bill? I'm leaving there.
Hey, that's cracked me up. What was Bill doing?
When the cameras were off. And no, I was
gotta try compose myself. Okay. Hey, man. Hey. And then Drew saying, what's everyone's thoughts on these bad movies? Jacob, how about
I never shared my thoughts on these bad movies. I've not seen Halloween Ends or Morbius, so I can't comment on them. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. This is coming from someone who did not enjoy the first movie. The first movie I thought was the garbage film. Venom 2 I had more fun with because it felt like they knew what they were doing in that film. It embraced a certain tone, whereas I felt like the first one was like clashing in tones, and it felt like it was at odds with itself, and I didn't enjoy it like I should. This one I enjoyed a lot more. It was had a better pace to it, and it felt like a comic book B movie almost, and I kind of enjoyed it for that. I didn't hate Black Adam either. Like, a part of that film's kind of tainted now because, they teased Superman in the end. They were not getting that Superman fight with Henry Cavill because they're rebooting it. So I'm like, that kind of sucks. But the movie itself is still pretty good. I thought it had some fun action in it, and I like The Rock and Pierce Brosnan. I thought it was a decent time. Matrix Resurrections, though. I know there's people who like it. I think, Jackson, you said you liked it.
Yeah, I don't think it's great or anything. There's parts of it that really bore me, but I like what it's trying to do, basically.
I wish I could agree with you, but I thought it was hot garbage. The film
Fair enough.
had no real reason to exist. I feel like it was at odds with itself. It didn't know if it wanted to be a conclusion or a continuation of the original movies, a remake of the first movie, or a meta parody. And the meta parody was what killed the film for me, because it's like, why are we making these weird jokes and references? And it makes the other films feel obsolete. I just thought it was a weird direction to go. And
I will say it does feel a little hypocritical at times, because at the same, because I actually quite like the meta stuff. Like, I think it's clever in terms of, because basically, how it works in the movie is exactly what happened to Lana Wachowski. Like, she said she heard that they were making, they were thinking of doing a fourth Matrix, and they said, we're going to do this with you or without you. And she's like, well, okay, so I'll just do it and basically shitpost you guys and do all that. But the thing is, the fact that she's doing it, in some ways, it is kind of hypocritical in terms of what she's talking about. So I get the backlash towards it, but I still find it admirable.
That's kind of like my problem with it, because the Wachowskis didn't want to make another Matrix film, and the studio's like, oh, we're gonna do it without you. And this just seems like the laziest phoned-in way to make a Matrix movie, and just doing kind of like undoing what had been done in the previous movies and doing like this weird meta parody with it, and it just left a weird taste in my mouth. I didn't like the film.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen Matrix. I can't comment on that.
Have you not seen the first one?
I've never seen any of them. No,
the first one is a must watch.
I'm gonna cuss you out.
The first one is a must watch. None of the sequels are divisive, but I actually kind of enjoyed Reloaded and Revolutions, even though they're not as good. So at least watch the trilogy if you like the first one, but I'd stay away from Resurrection with 10-foot pole.
I would argue that the first Matrix is probably in the top 5 best action films of all time. Up there with Die Hard.
It's one of my
100%
of all time. I think it always will be.
Yeah.
You gotta get on that, Mike.
Well, yeah, I've always been intrigued by it, but just obviously with the hype and the level, the bar is set. I'm like, I don't know. It's like too much expectation going into that one.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it'll let you down. I don't think it'll let you down. I think the action sequences, I think they still hold up. I mean, you're gonna obviously see some stuff that, like, okay, that's where they got all this from. But you gotta think back then they were the originators of that technology. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I give that movie respect. Yeah. Like T2 still holds up. You watch T2, not the 4K Resurrection, but like
4K Abomination.
Yeah, that Abomination. Yeah. But like T2 still holds up. Because it's just made well. They knew how to use those tools with CG and practical from the great Stan Winston. Jurassic Park. I think the T-Rex escaping that scene there is one of the best directed scenes I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point they had the technology to do it, but they didn't overdo it. So you only see the T-Rex really escape from the thing, you know what I'm saying, CG, and he steps out. Then they cut to the practical one with the eyeball right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just a master at his craft and his tool bag. So I would say
Matrix does that too with practical, because they had like, I don't want to spoil it, but the first moment where Neo is in this new world and it has this very body horror thing, like that's a real like practical thing that they built. Like I've been to a museum in Seattle where they actually have that dummy and stuff from the Matrix. Cool. So it was a good mix.
I love when stuff is like that. It's a good mix. You can't really tell what's what. So, yeah, let us stand up.
The Matrix trilogy is a great example of what I think you're talking about, because I remember watching the first one. I was like, this is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. And then the second and third overuse CG way more. And like, there's the goofiest, like, you know, the memes from some of those fights. It's just like bizarro stuff that they created with some of the fights between Agent Smith and Neo and stuff. I don't know. You know,
no, you're right. You're right. Just because you can do this doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, that's the message from
yeah,
exactly. Jurassic Park too.
Yeah, no, great. Like, I mean, all of us agree. You know, like practical effects do that if you can. You know, that's going to hold up. The CG doesn't to an extent. You know,
I say it's a mixture of the two. You know, now that we do have the technology, of course. You can't make a T-Rex walk in practical. It's not going to work. And run. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be way too expensive, and you just can't really physically do it. So, like, if you can mix them in very smart ways, do it. Jaws, the whole shark didn't work at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. It just didn't work. Yeah. So Spielberg figured out ways to direct it and make it even scarier. It's even scarier because you don't see the damn shark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's how you use
the scary and like for me in the movie is probably the one where the dock breaks and you just see you see the shark, but you don't actually see it. Like, you just see the dock moving towards this guy who's like trying to escape and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a cool scene.
That's a good scene. Or in the distance when he's eating a kid, like whoa.
Yeah, totally.
You don't really see it so far, like whoa, what? You see the blood, like oh, that's terrifying, my God.
Going back
or like the original Predator film. Like because I'm like, I wouldn't be a stream without me mentioning Predator, I think. But you know, the original one, dude, it's amazing. You never see it. And then at the end, you know, you have the fight between Arnold and the alien, and it's a practical suit, you know, and then, but then you go into the sequels. It's like, okay, you know, and that's why I really didn't like Prey either, the Hulu sequel. And I know a lot of people enjoyed it, but I just can't get behind it for the same reasons you guys are talking about.
I was wishy-washy on Prey 2 myself, but the Predator in that first movie, I've never seen nothing like that. Stan Winston, shout out to him, who made the Jurassic Park dinosaur. I don't know what Predator is, and then when it shows his face, and it's this Rastafarian with dreads crab monster, I'm like, what the? That, son, that's ill. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me fall in love with CG and special effects, because before I was a CG artist, I used to do practical effect makeup. I worked on Critters 3. Me and that was Leonardo DiCaprio's first movie.
Yeah, it's his first movie.
Me and him started our careers off at the same time. He did way better than me. Let's just say that. He did way better than me. So, like, when I see stuff like that, or I see the Queen aliens, like, wow, how do they do? How, son?
Yeah.
And then like I go down this rabbit hole and figuring out how they did it. But Predator's one of my all-time favorites. When I seen that, it looks so alien, just. You want ugly, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is great.
No, I enjoyed Prey just in the sense of like I felt like it was like a return to just like back to basics survival thriller for the Predator movies. But I totally agree with you on the CG. Like it's just way too over reliant on it. Like the bear in it, like it just that scene just didn't really hold any weight for me. Like just watching a CGI bear chase her, you know.
Me neither. I wanted to be excited about that sequence so badly because it was so talked about, and I couldn't. I couldn't get behind it. Yeah.
Some of the CGI in Prey was a bit weird, but anything involving the Predator, I thought was great stuff. And I guess one of my hot takes, I actually enjoyed Prey over the original Predator.
I'm out of here. See y'all.
All right, guys.
Better than the original?
Wow, man.
Prey was a more visceral, intense watch compared to the original.
What?
I like the original, though.
No comment here, man.
Even Arnold in the mud and everything, Jacob. What the hell?
You cannot top Arnold.
I got a question though. Like, how is a 115-pound woman going to be a prehistoric predator? Though? I don't. It didn't make any sense.
I mean, how is Arnold going to be it? Arnold's just a man. That's kind of what Predator's about, you know?
Yeah, he's just a man though. But like, he was a commando. He was trained to do this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mud was a smart tactic against this. You know what I'm saying? A predator. This lady, she was just like she wanted to be a warrior, but like, I don't see how you could be. It's just like an impossible fight. It's like a girl beating up a T-Rex. I mean, you can argue smarter, but like, I think in the end,
she was getting practical training. That's what it was.
Yeah. Look, Jay, I say there's no wrong opinions, man, but you're challenging me here.
Yeah, Predator.
I got in trouble for my review of Prey because I titled the video "Is Prey Better Than Predator?" and my answer was no, it's not. But just because I titled the video, that people got really mad.
That's good clickbait.
Clickbait hate right there. Yeah.
I know. I've kind of learned to not really clickbait very much since that video, but
I think Jacob is trolling.
It's one of my most viewed videos, I think. So
yeah, that's tight. That's tight. I think Jacob is trolling. He's trolling. You're trolling, Jacob. There's no way you think the Prey is better than Predator. The 87. You know? Carl Weathers get his arm shot off, son, by the Predator. People getting skinned alive.
I like both movies. They're both better than the Shane Black film, at least. That's
no. Let's not bring that into it. We're talking about Predator.
Yeah,
versus
going
Prey.
into the whole visual effect thing, I wanted to highlight the Star Wars franchise because, you know, the original trilogy was very reliant on practical effects. A lot of the practical effects in those movies, you can tell they were made in that time, but they still hold up very well because it's tangible. It's like model ships and real explosions and stuff like that. Then the prequels were very CGI reliant, and yeah, it's impressive what George Lucas was able to do, and it looks better still than other CGI movies where it gets abused and stuff, but there's still a bit of an artificiality to it because you can still tell it was CGI at the same time.
Yeah.
And when it was made, and now let's say what you will about the Disney era Star Wars and the shows and the sequel trilogy and stuff like that, but at least visually it's a better balance where there's practical effects, but they also use CGI whenever it's needed, and it's better balanced well to where it looks. Some of the best looking stuff in Star Wars today is from some of the stuff we're currently getting. So
I agree. I agree 100%. You know what I'm saying? They're using their tools. They're using the practicals. They're using those panoramic sets. Mandalorian, especially season 2, looked phenomenal, son. Like, oh yes, I'll pay Disney Plus for this. Oh yes, give me more of this. Yeah, absolutely. George Lucas in the prequels, so like no one was telling him no. Like, hey, no, George. Don't you know what I'm saying? Just don't make a big shiny silver ship. You know what I'm saying? I know we can do the reflections and shit, but like, hey, you might not want to do it. Like 10 years down the line, it's not going to look too hot. Nobody really told him no, but he owned Industrial Light and Magic. I mean, he signed your paychecks. Like, what you gonna tell George Lucas? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you say, George. Tomorrow, yes, sir. You know?
George Lucas in the prequels is like the biggest case of the Emperor has no clothes. Nobody would actually tell him that maybe you should reconsider some of these ideas.
Great analogy, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those movies are also, though, to kind of give a contrary opinion to that, it's like they're also a great example of, even if you have great use of CG and you add weight to the lightsabers and you make the lighting better with the lightsabers and everything about them is better, the lightsaber fights are worse, right? Like they're slow, they come off kind of clunky, I think, whereas back in the George Lucas films, they're fast. It seems like they're using actual techniques when they're fighting and everything. And I don't know. I mean, I guess when I go back, I'm like, yeah, some of those effects suck. I mean, the lightsabers literally look like
you talking about the old
ones,
you know? Right? Not the prequels, right? Because the prequels got some of the best lightsaber fights.
I think the best lightsaber action still in the prequel era.
Well, that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant like the prequel era was so great, and then you have Disney where they've upped the CG on everything. And I agree, it looks great, but the way it's used is so odd to me. It's so clunky, you know.
Yeah. I've been watching Ahsoka. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still think there's good lightsaber action in what's currently there now, but I think the choreography was unmatched in the prequel era.
Yeah, I agree.
I
did like Luke in Mandalorian 2 when he came through with the Death Troopers, just like, like that felt exactly like Luke Skywalker. Like that's it, son. Like y'all do that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree that the lightsaber fights in the prequels are like technically really impressive, like the most impressive out of all of them. But it's just like they're just too over the top. They go on for way too long, so there's no weight to them. Like the Anakin and Obi-Wan fight just feels like a dance to me. It doesn't feel like an actual fight between two.
I can see where you're coming from. I've always viewed that as it was the Jedi in their prime. So that
I get that for sure, but I just my favorite lightsaber fight in all of them. I mean, actually, I go back and forth between the final ones in Empire and Return of the Jedi. I think those have like the most weight.
Yeah. My favorite's Empire because that shit holds so much weight, and Darth Vader fighting with one hand like a G, like you're not ready for this smoke. You knew it, like you know what I'm saying. Luke was like, I gotta go save my friends. I can't do this Jedi shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then he got to Vader, and that light is there, and he turned on that saber like you cannot mess with me, son. Fought him with one hand, chopped his hand off. He was not ready. That's my favorite one. So I just wanted to piggyback off that. I'm not gonna
I would say my favorite lightsaber moment in the Disney era is actually in Rogue One, where you have the scene in the corridor where Darth Vader's like slicing and dicing those guards left and right. I'm like, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen Darth Vader do, and it gave me goosebumps watching it the first time, and still to this day.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's in the back. Darth Vader.
Drew, what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this in terms of like the Star Wars era or just the CGI stuff we're talking about?
Yeah, both.
In terms of, I see what you mean. Like, in the prequels, some of the CGI looked really, really bad. And in terms of the lightsaber duels, I can understand why some people say that, like in Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith, that the lightsaber fights are way too over the top. And every time I hear people say that in Revenge of the Sith, it looks like Obi-Wan and Anakin are dancing. I don't know why. Sometimes I can't help but think, imagine that scene, but instead of like the intense music, they just have something like, say, Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars playing.
I don't think I'd take it seriously that way.
I would actually say my favorite lightsaber duel is a tie between Empire, where it's Vader and Luke leading up to the I Am Your Father reveal, or Return of the Jedi, where they fight, and you also get Vader's redemption, which Vader's redemption, I loved the way he redeemed himself at the end.
Totally, And I love when like Luke is just wailing on him as well. Like he's just
because he's going to be like him. That's like I'm going, the dark side, and the Empire is like, do it. He redeemed himself. Yes, great choices, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my two favorite lightsaber duels, for the record, Anakin and Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. That one, in my opinion, the fighting's over the top, but to me, it's the battle with the most emotion because it's literally brother versus brother.
I get that aspect of it for sure.
And then I think the original trilogy, I think Empire had the best lightsaber battle, but my other favorite is probably the Phantom Menace with Darth Maul. That was pretty dope as well.
Oh, that one's awesome.
Yeah,
definitely.
Jason, shot that wide angle too. Most of it is like, he's like right in the middle of it. Like,
it's probably the best music of any of the fights. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That, oh no! Like let's go.
Man, that's great.
Had the best trailer, one of the best trailers I ever seen in my life. When that trailer you watch it, that just look like it's about to be the best Star Wars movie ever. The movie is like, all right, it's not, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like that trailer is amazing. Yeah, I'm looking at that one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I mean, Jason's just coming in there saying Darth Maul's still my favorite fight scene in Star Wars.
Yeah,
hard to kind of not say no, really. Dude, the Fate's iconic. I think Yoda v Count Dooku was pretty bad.
Yeah, it's kind of comical. It's weird.
I think that's definitely the biggest. That's one of the bigger examples as well of just like the.
Like, you probably shouldn't do that.
Like the difference of the originals and the prequels in terms of like there's philosophy behind the lightsaber fights.
I never had a problem with that fight because I just thought it was awesome seeing Yoda in action.
It is, but
me
like,
as a kid, it was dope seeing that, and I still get a kick out of that. Now, I think the Yoda versus Palpatine fight in Revenge of the Sith was directed and visualized a lot better. But I still think it's cool seeing Yoda in his prime wielding a lightsaber, using the Force, deflecting Count Dooku's like lightning rays and stuff. That was still pretty dope.
So in his prime, he's probably about like what 850 years old at this point. Right? Because he died at 900, right? You know, 900.
No, ain't no 900.
I always wondered that. I was like, why did he take such a sharp turn after 850?
I don't know how Yoda species work. Like Grogu's 50 and he's still a baby, so
he can't even talk, son. Like you're 50 years old. Like I'm almost 50. I can talk pretty good. Like you can't talk good. You're supposed to be the smart ones and the wise ones. Like how you can't talk at 50, son? I'm just saying.
That's it. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Grogu. I think they're doing another season of Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, probably that last season, man. I don't know, man.
The third season I thought was a disappointment. There's still some good stuff in it. Like the last 2 episodes were great, but there was a lot of weird stuff in the middle. Like having Jack Black and Lizzo there. I don't know what they were thinking with that one.
I didn't like Ahsoka either because I didn't watch Rebels. You know, Perez said you better watch Rebels. You're gonna be lost. Like, yeah, I was lost. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I saw Rebels, and I thought Ahsoka was such a great continuation.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a contender for one of the best Star Wars shows. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. See, if you didn't watch Rebels, you don't know what's going on, bro. And that's my fault. I didn't watch it because I was working at it. I didn't. So I love Rosario Dawson. She's like spot on character. You know what I'm saying? Look from the character. That's like perfect casting. But I ordered it say Ahsoka. They don't say Rebels Part 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like at least give me some backstory, some exposition, and so I can be into this. You know, but I totally was just watching the show because it was something to watch. I just wasn't into it. Just me. Right. I like the other one better. The Caspian, the other Star Wars show. Andor was pretty good. You know, I didn't love it, but I thought at least I could follow it. But like this, I couldn't follow it. I didn't know any of the characters.
Yeah, it kind of alienates people who's not seen Rebels or Clone Wars because I haven't either. So I would have been a bit lost.
That's how I felt.
Jason says in regards to Grogu, he says changing a diaper for 50 years.
True, but if your species lives that long anyway, maybe your perception of time is different. It doesn't seem like a big deal to you.
Yeah, that could be true. Yeah, maybe they age different. Yeah.
Well, that's going to be the last comment of the night. So, firstly, thank you to everyone who's watched live or after the fact. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to my guests for this hour and a half, the Jackson, Jacob, Q, Harry, and Drew. Great to have you guys. Thank you for joining. I just want to say the link to all these guys' channels is down below in the description box. So go subscribe to them. Go show them some love. And do you guys have any final words before we tune out?
I don't want to plug myself too much, but just with because I haven't really been that active on my channel since a little bit before I moved and stuff. I've just been so busy with everything. I'm planning on uploading hopefully in the next day or two, just doing a little catch-up review. And then I've also been seeing some stuff at the London Film Festival. So as soon as I finish all that, I should get some reviews out there for those things. Just saw the new David Fincher movie, The Killer, the other day, which was
David Fincher got a new one out. The Killer, I heard about it. I didn't know it was out. Is it a theater?
Well, I saw it at a film festival, so it's coming to Netflix in like a month.
Hell yeah.
It's coming to
I'm hyped
Netflix
now, son. I love David Fincher. I heard about The Killer. Yeah, I wanted to see that one bad. You got me excited, sir.
So Jackson, I saw your Letterboxd review as well, man. Sounds great. And Michael Fassbender, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's definitely a return to form because I wasn't a big fan of Hank, but yeah.
Well, actually, you can go wrong with Michael Fassbender if you put him in Assassin's Creed.
He was pulling off. Yeah. Michael Fassbender's career. I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? He was doing all these great movies. 12 Years a Slave. He was great. All these movies. Then there was like Assassin's Creed and a bunch of other weird movies. Like, what happened to Fassbender? So I'm glad he's back. Here he's back to a return to form. So that's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was talking about Fincher, but yeah, no, Fassbender.
Yeah,
really good as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah,
well, Jackson, it'll be cool to see you back, man. And Q, what video have you got in the pipeline at the moment?
Man, I'm so busy with work. Man, this is my month too, October, the horror month. I haven't had a chance to film a video since I've been so busy since what was this last one? Labor Day, right? Yeah. Yep. So I've been so busy that I haven't had a chance to put any videos together because I've been working like crazy trying to get this project done. But hopefully this week it'll be done. And on Friday the 13th, I think we're gonna do a live stream where we're going to have a game for horror, like a drinking game for horror. Like you gotta pick like one, like pick Predator, the first one, or Aliens, and whatever you think about it, or both. So like if you pick both, they got the person have to take a shot and talk about why, you know what I'm saying? And we'll just keep the conversations going like that. So it should be interesting. Anybody want to join? You're more than welcome. I'll send invites. All y'all been great, you know what I'm saying, talking to you on this live stream. Everything's been so fun. Thank you for all you. You guys are so knowledgeable in your fields of talking about film and cinema. So like this is what I love to do. So I thank all of you just for letting me be here and having me. I know I can be a little bit crazy, but hey, that's Q Review.
Hey Q, you're welcome, man. It's great to finally have you on Z Talks. Well,
trying
to get you on since episode 2, man. It's
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm super glad to be here. I was always trying to make it. I always miss the time or the timing to be off or be working that day. So like I'm trying to chill out a little bit and get a better work-life balance. So I'll love to be on more whenever you invite me. So yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. It was so much fun.
Yeah, man, definitely. And thank you for taking a break from making hair to be here, man. Appreciate it. No, man, definitely. And Harry, thanks for also joining as well, man. It's been a while, so I'm glad you've now set up in your new place as well, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, man. This is always a blast.
Yeah, man, and Drew as well. Thank you. Probably the biggest support of everyone's live streams, man. And it's good to finally have you on.
Thank you so much for having me here. It was fun.
Yeah, definitely, man. And Jacob, thank you to you as well, my friend.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure being on these. Thank you, Mike, for having me on. And it was a good hour and a half of talking about movies and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And again, thank you guys for watching live or after the fact. And until next time, we will see you later.